Hey, welcome everybody to another awesome Saturday afternoon hangout. My name's Jerry and you're watching 3DHP. We've got a ton of guests in the back room. And let me say hi to everybody in chat and bring everybody in and we'll get the show on the road. Let's see, Non-Fan, hello, how you doing? Zolan, hello, Zolan. Let's see, Kieran, how's it going, Kieran? 3D Print Newbie, Mylan, hello. Andrew S., hello. 3D Medic Vince, how's it going? Dominic, hello, Dominic. And I'm in the house today. My wife is not, I don't think she's going to be joining us. I'm in the house. I've got my laser set up in the garage. I'm calling that laser cam because you can't leave your laser unattended. So it's going to be one of our guests on screen. Hello, Audra Murphy. How's it going? And let me bring everybody else in. Hey, we got Shane. How you doing, Shane?
Oh, pretty good. I got back in just in time.
Alrighty.
Coming on now.
Hey, Matt. How's it going?
Hey, how are you?
Hey, Zolan. We've got the real Zolan today. And we've got Liam. Hey, Liam.
Saving the best to last. That's the way to do it.
Hey, Tim. How you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Dean. Hey, Jared. How's it going? Yeah, my friend Jared right here is the one that ordered the XL, I believe it is, from Prusa. It should be coming in. Hopefully he'll be getting it, I don't know, 5-6 months. He ordered an extra head, and if everything goes as planned, I'll be doing the build and unboxing of it. So
cool.
That'll be really cool. So what's everybody been up to? What's going on?
Well, you were on my stream this morning, so you know what I'm up to.
Yeah, you got to get an Auteur laser. It was cantilever.
The Orfero Laser 1. It's this one here.
Nice.
Okay. And I'm just after fitting the other cutting head that it has with the. I just put on the air assist on the cutting head.
Here, let me hold on. Make a big. Like, take a look at that. There we go.
But that's the air assist head that's I just attached, and now and I have all the holes and stuff here, so when I can actually do an air assist cut now with it.
Does that have a quick disconnect for changing heads, or do you have to take off
just one screw? Take off one screw. Just loosen the screw, take it off.
Okay.
Slide it off the and put on the next.
Well, it's quick and easy. Okay, cool.
Yeah. It's easy, but the air assist is a nice touch.
All righty, let's go around and see what Zolan's up to. I think he's headed outside. He's been working on some projects. Zolan Pros. There he is. No, there he is. You hear it, Zolan?
Sorry. I'm currently. Yeah, I can hear you. Is it working?
Yeah. It's delayed, but it's working.
He's taking care of his chickens.
Here, actually, I was working on let me get off.
Nope.
No, it's sporadic.
All right.
Too far from your Wi-Fi, Zolan.
Okay, we'll come back to Zolan. So what you been up to, Matt? What's going on?
I am.
I think Zolan is back. No.
Kind of.
There we go.
Yeah, you're too far from your Wi-Fi, Zolan. It's sporadic.
So who's talking now?
Terrible. You, Zolan.
We got you, big Zolan. Go ahead.
I'm currently hooking up my HF antenna, but since now that I'm on the cell, this little tablet has cell, so I can actually just disconnect from the Wi-Fi and walk around. Working on solar setups, working on radios, working on getting the 3D printer up and running because I need to print some things for all that stuff. But then the main thing was this. Took a 10 by 20 hoop greenhouse and made a chicken pen.
Nice.
We got 9 chickens. And part of the solar is for that. It should be, the rest of it should be arriving today. Ooh, that was loud.
Yeah, nothing like farm fresh eggs, instead of buying them at the store.
Yeah, I didn't want chickens though. They're too much work. They're my wife's, and she's gone for the weekend. Anyways, back to getting this untangled.
All right. Okay, Matt, what have you been up to? What's going on?
Well, I've been doing Christmas bulbs. but I will show them off later, the pictures,
Okay.
because it doesn't show up really well because my camera is really bad.
All right.
It works better actually on the iPad. I've been generally doing Christmas stuff. I've been doing some ornaments.
Nice.
That's the files you can download on Single Universe.
Yeah, I haven't printed any yet. Hello, Richard Pryor. How you doing?
And I made a secret book.
Hey, Cleo. You can hide all your money in there.
Yeah, just have to have the good paint job. If I do good enough paint job, then I probably can get away with it. Nobody steals the book.
Unless you're my wife, and then she'll donate it to Half Price Books, and we have about $300 in it.
Hey, Tim. How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. I hear you made it over the 1,000 sub hump. Congratulations.
Yes, that was awesome. Thanks to Jim at Edge of Tech and Joel, 3D Printing Nerd. They kind of plugged my channel a little bit on their streams, and on Joel's it just went woof. And so I think I'm up like 1,011 or 1,012 now. So that worked out well.
Awesome.
That was fun. So yeah, officially monetized now, and I'll have a super chat button on my stream tomorrow. Apparently, if it worked, I think I did everything right. So it's exciting, very exciting.
Very cool.
Got the rat rig working again. Remember that cube I was trying to print last on my stream? I finally got that non-square cube printed. So, and now I'm printing parts for a new hot end I'm going to be putting on it. So, yeah.
Just when you make a video or live stream, have everything set your monetization on it. YouTube keeps 30%, and if you make over $100 a month, you'll get it usually on the 23rd of every month. If you don't, then it'll be however long it takes to get over that $100 threshold, then you'll get paid on the 23rd or 24th.
Well, apparently since, what was it, Wednesday, Thursday when it happened, when I look on my thing now, apparently I've made 34 cents already. So,
oh, wow, cool.
I don't know.
That's from ads in your videos.
Yeah, I don't understand how it all works yet, but yeah, 34 cents.
Well, what
I'm
happens
not
is when
complaining.
people click on your videos and they click on ads, because you're monetized, you get a tiny percent of the ad revenue.
Nice.
Because you're over 1,000. So that's how it works.
When
I just
Google,
turn on the camera in my laser, Jerry, by the way.
what's that?
I turn the camera on. I'm not on the screen, but my camera is watching the laser instead.
All right.
Oh, neat.
Google AdSense, if they haven't already sent you something, they will, and then I just keep that in a folder, and I click on it when I can check on what's happening with money and different things.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of emails since then from Google and from YouTube, and which is the same people, but yeah. So the only thing I can't figure out how to get on now, not that I have one, but and maybe down the road I will, is the membership button. I've not been able to find that. I went and looked at the tutorials and all that, but I just can't find it. So, but it's not a critical thing right now.
I think you have to turn it on in customizations in your YouTube studio.
That's
I get
what
free
I do.
membership, right?
Yeah,
You get free membership?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you do, don't you?
I think you have to get over a certain number to have a membership button. But then, even if you had one, you'd want to be able to offer something to those members that might sign up and join.
Yeah.
I have nothing to offer other than my good looks, so I'm not.
You have to do like member-only streams and stuff.
Yeah, it's the same
also
as
you can
Patreon in a sense.
Members only. One of the channels I have that I'm a member of, when they do build videos for some of the projects that they do, the members can watch the unedited footage.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, you have to offer something, kind of like in Patreon, where you need
That
to
was
give
funny.
a reward.
We heard Zolan talking. Once he got done talking, his mouth was still moving.
I know.
So it's just like on the
Like a
raccoon.
cheap, like a cheap It's like a Chinese movie
Those old movies,
translation.
yeah.
What's that song? Your lips are moving, but anyways, I forget the name of.
You know what that means, Jerry? Like when you saw Zolan's mouth moving and no voice, like one was catching up with the other. That's what his wife thinks of him.
Richard Pryor is looking for a printer to use 285 PLA, not an Ultimaker. Any suggestions, anybody?
Oh wow.
Say that again.
Does Lulzbot still do 2.8?
Yes. Yes.
IC3D do 2.85. Lulzbot does it. Who else does it?
Lulzbot, the
Yusu
747, the
I think Yusu
747,
does it.
the 747, and the littler one both do 2.8.
Amazon does it too.
2.8.
You can get 2.85 on Amazon too.
Was he
Yeah,
asking
and-
for filament or the printer itself?
The printer itself.
Okay, I didn't catch that. Sorry.
A printer
That's what-
uses 285.
The Lulzbot, you have the choice of heads. You have the choice of a 2.85 or a 1.75.
Here, good boy.
No, he was just looking for the
By
film.
default, they come in a 2.85, I believe. And you can switch out the heads because they're modular heads, so they're easy to switch.
Puppy cam. Hey, little dog. Hello. Ruff, ruff.
Liam, you ever thought about to use a laser to clean up like a rusty knife or something like that?
Clean up wood.
Like something metal?
To ablade the tarnish off. Yes, I've seen it done a couple times.
You can, but the CO2 laser will do. You need a fiber laser to do that. You need a 100-watt fiber laser to remove paint and stuff. So if you want to clean something up like that, you need. Then I'm part of a group where some of the guys on there talk about they use lasers for cleaning. The company makes lasers that for cleaning metals, and they recommend a 100-watt laser to remove rust and paint. 100 watts needed to do blade paint is what they're saying. So, and they're expensive. Like they're about $5,000 a piece.
Wow.
And that's the handheld version.
Yeah,
What,
but
100-watt
it's very-
lasers? Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, they're not, and like it's a handheld unit, and then attached to that, then you have a base unit that actually generates the laser beam, and it's sent via fiber optic cable into the handset, which you actually use then to ablate the material to clean it up. Yeah, it's not.
I've seen it done with the diode.
For just paint. Yes, you could do it just paint only.
No, rust. They were removing rust.
Maybe a DPSS laser, possibly. I don't think it was a normal diode. It was maybe a DPSS laser would do it. I don't think a standard diode. I don't think it would do it.
They did the initial cleanup with sandpaper and everything else like you should.
Hey, Denny.
And then they used the laser to do the final touches to get rid of the top surface pitting.
Who was it? Endurance lasers?
This was like 4 years ago. I saw it.
Yeah, it might have been endurance lasers who do that kind of stuff. And if it is, it's a DPSS laser to use. DPSS is a type of diode laser, but the frequency of light is different, and it's a lot more powerful.
All right. I've never tried it, so I don't have an opinion.
I haven't tried a DPSS, but I know about them. I know the types of lasers are out there.
Hey, Denny, are you there? No.
Yeah, and Zolan, the DPSS is dipole solid states.
Can you hear us?
Yep, I can hear you just fine.
All right, there you go. How's it going?
Pretty good, actually. Yeah, I just got done with my nieces being over for the weekend, so yeah, I had a print over on the printer that I left on her last night.
All right.
I'm watching my laser. You don't have me on screen because you have my laser on screen instead.
That's fine.
I can switch over and back just by switching my camera. But
Yeah, I had a dig of indigo. I was looking at how you did that. I have a little bitty, I don't know, like a 6-inch. I got a little small one.
that's the 8-inch version.
Yeah, they're like $50-$60.
Yeah, and they're worth it. So like I didn't take out the upstands. You see the upstands are
What's
still
this
there.
hacking in the background?
Yeah,
I think it's
hammering.
Tim.
Not me.
Or it's Shane.
Yeah, I'm just pulling out a screw. I'm not tapping on anything.
Yeah, but no, I was the upstands. You can still see them in the image there, Jerry. The upstands that are underneath the bed. I leave them in there because certain things I do, I like to use the bed and I can put it back in. But for doing certain things like this that are higher than that are too tall, I can actually drop the vertical height using that.
I had everything taken out, and then I put I put those jacks back in there, and I just left the center plate out. at the moment. I
Well, I took it all out because I need the space because my jack is the 8-inch jack. It won't fit.
That was loud.
You have 40 reels of 285. So you need. Okay, well, if you need
I know.
a printer.
Brady down in Texas, somebody had passed away and he bought a zillion rolls that size. But yeah, if you have that many rolls of PLA, I'd find something to use them in too.
You could probably get a 2.85, hot end, for a to go on any printer if you're willing to mod your printer.
Yeah, actually, E3D has had a sale going on to sell off their old 2.85 stuff. You might be able to find some parts and retrofit something to make that.
Yeah,
work.
you might be able to build a 2.85. Now you'll have to everything in the whole, like if you have a Bowden tube, everything along the path will have to be replaced with 2.85. Like your hot end, your heat break will have to be redone. You'd have to do everything all the way back. Your Bowden tube has to be replaced. Your couplers have to be replaced. Even your extruder guide, your extruder head has to be replaced.
Oh,
That's Pet G, right, Danny?
No, that's regular PLA.
Oh, you've got your retraction settings and your heat and your temperature are all over the place. You shouldn't have stringing like that.
Yeah, I got some stringing right there.
You have a lot of retraction, and I think your what temperature are you running at?
At 220, I believe.
For PLA, way too hot. If it's PLA, no way. PLA is
I go
about
210 on most PLA is 210 and 60 on the bed.
I print PLA at 200.
So it was too hot then.
Too hot, but you also have to do your retraction testing because once you get the temperature right, then do a retraction test. Because that's way too that's oozing all over the place.
Yeah, I go 215 with my lithophane. That's the highest I go.
Yeah, I never do PLA like that. I do 2.5, 210 with silk PLAs, but that's it. With normal PLAs, I don't.
So
Yeah,
this
go
frog
200.
right here, it's actually not a frog.
outside.
This is a Nodes mascot from the Wonka candy.
Solon, it's used what makes
Nice.
noise.
Okay, that's my job done. Back in a second, guys.
It doesn't matter. The noise is fine. Whoever's making noise, don't worry about it.
Sorry. All right.
If I'm hearing it as well, it's probably not me because I'm on an earbud.
That's fine.
Oh.
Hey, old curmudgeon, how you doing? Hey, Dixon, how you doing?
Now I am moving a bunch of stuff around.
Hey, Karen, how you doing?
Not too bad. Not too bad, boys.
Here comes trouble. Wait, don't run.
Who let him in?
This
What's-
kind of trouble is lots of
What's
fun.
new with you today?
We have to fill up the musical squares. I see you managed to survive your Thanksgiving hangovers, boys.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll leave Matt out. He's not applicable.
Yeah,
Neither
after
am
I
I.
ate,
And Tim doesn't do a hangover, so that's fine as well.
after cooking and eating, I had to go lay down, and I went to bed fairly early. I ate too damn much food, and I was just wiped out. So
You don't do the turkey, though, do you, Jerry?
yeah, we done turkey and ham. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Dixon, how you doing?
Good.
Hey, Dixon.
Hi.
Dixon's not in a rocking chair. Check this out.
And what we rumor does have it
what's
that
wrong?
Dixon
Something wrong.
actually
Dixon's
does
not
move.
rocking.
No, I'm down in the shop doing. I'll show you.
I see a K40 there too.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
he's doing it.
That's an old laser that I built like 30 years ago. Now they call them K40s. I got Gerbil in it. I ripped the guts out, and I'm doing these. Grids, test grids.
I'm actually engraving on the
Put 'em up on
K40. It's a
top of the
K40.
laser, all the test grids, the mirror, and these test grids up here are from quite a while ago.
I'm
Things
doing
improve
engraving
with
as
age,
well on
obviously,
my K40.
I've never done any test grids, but I need to.
Yeah, this machine here is. Let me get back to the other camera.
Oh, crap.
This machine here is like 30 years old, but the laser is still good. I'm wondering if back then they made better laser tubes.
They always made things better back in the day.
Yeah, I think the
it's just
tubes.
more robust, more reliable, over-engineered.
It's, well,
Yeah,
it's about the
because-
seals on it, because over time the seals harden and leak, and the
Yeah.
gas escapes. And when that happens, it's a problem.
When that happens, you
I
need
never had
special
that
meds and to go to the
happen, and-
doctor.
I never had anything. I never had anything happen. I'm just running regular water. I have a pail down here, and here's the little propeller spinning. But I put regular water in there, and they must have made the tubes better years ago, because
Probably.
I still get 100% out of this tube, and I've had it for 30 years.
So how many hours has that gone through then, Dixon, in that 30 years?
Yeah, that's just it. I didn't keep track, but I've done.
Exactly.
I've done thousands of jobs.
There we go.
Yeah.
If I could
And that's
put-
still the original tube.
Yeah, Zach, I could let you in it, but I'd have to pull my laser cam out in the garage, and I'm burning, and I'm not in the same room with it, so I need to keep an eye on it.
No, you
I'll
can bring
open
in
it
one
up
more. You
and
can
I'll
bring
show
in
you.
10.
It still has the original.
Yeah, I can bring in 10, right? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
to
you
interrupt.
can bring in 10. You've only got 9 in here.
Yeah,
You
Zach,
should be
you
able to
pop
bring
in
in
this
10.
room.
See if I can get this a little closer. It still has the. It still has. I have a power supply there and a high-speed contact, but it still has the original old board. For
Yeah,
the
I can see
tube.
that. Yeah.
It's got the old board for the tube, and then I got power supply from a computer, and then I have a verbal.
Why is that breaker? Why do you have a house breaker laying there?
That's not a house breaker. That's a high-speed contactor, and that's what gives me
Oh.
my pulse width modulation. It's
Okay.
that fast.
I didn't see the tubes.
The tube is in the back.
Tubes in the back.
It's a
Yeah.
link to the machine in the back.
I got that. I have that all taped up. I'm not going to untape that because
I
then
can show you mine in a minute.
It keeps the
actually, I can
smoke
move let me move my camera and I can show you the tube in mine.
It's like a shop light in a garage, but it's clear.
Jerry, put me up on the screen and I'll move my laser so people can see the tube in the back.
All right.
What's that printing on, Astro? Is that a slate or is that diorite rock you're printing on?
It's
He can't hear us. He walked away.
Yep. Have to come back.
It's a slate tile. Hey, Zach.
What's up? Here,
There's a tube there.
Wow.
here it's like,
There's a tube firing in the back of the laser.
Yep.
let me go to
Oh,
the
cool.
inside. And my air is
Now,
this.
it's got water running through it.
There's do you guys see that?
Hold on.
There we go.
That's 2 computer fans for getting the smoke out, and my air is there. There's another fan.
Feedback with somebody.
I think
That
it's
may
from
be me. Hold on.
Dixon.
Echo.
How about now?
That's good.
So you saw that, guys?
Yep.
Okay,
What's the rock there? Is it just slate,
Yeah.
Astro?
It's slate stone. Yeah, here. Let me switch my cameras and I'll show you. Just switch my camera 1 second.
Yeah, the edge threw me because the edge is mottled, so wasn't sure what it was.
See.
Looks like your tree's almost finished there, Jerry, as well. Just about.
Yeah, it's got to outline them twice. So it's failed every time I've ever tried it. And I tried a setting the LA hobby guy had mentioned that didn't work for me. And the Congo messaged me 4 or 5 days ago. And they said to change my pulse width modulation, PWM, from 1 to 0. So I did that in the machine settings. And now it looks like it's going to complete the burn.
Yeah, you can
Because
see
every
stuff,
time-
all the pieces are falling out. So that it looks like a lot of the pieces are falling out onto the bed there. So it's doing something, cutting through. A lot of the small pieces have dropped.
Yeah, okay, now it's starting that line. It's got to do each outline twice, and that'll be finished. Then I can go out there and start the next print.
Did you hand make that
Fire!
base?
Fire! There's an awful lot of smoke coming out of it, Jerry.
Yeah, it's fine.
Did you hand make that base with the little spikes?
Yeah. I had a piece of
Nice.
sheet metal in the garage. I painted it a dark color. It's like a dark brownish black. And then the spikes, the LA hobby guy sent me a link that he used. Got them off Amazon there for piercings, and I just popped holes, screwed them in.
Oh, okay.
Nice. I need to get something like that. I like the honeycomb ones that they're selling on some sites, but they're expensive. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But
So what do you
can-
see, Zach? What's going on?
You can just buy the metal grill, twisted metal grill. You can get that fine mesh metal grill to do the same job as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the IDEX
Hey.
printing.
Hey, Zach.
Nice.
Someone's still echoing.
I don't know.
Oh, I think we're good now.
Hey, Matt, Akuma Mods.
What's the build volume on that IDEX there, Mac? Zach?
It is. It's a GTEC A10 that I've converted to IDEX.
Okay.
I lost like 15, 20 millimeters in width. Just because I don't quite have enough length. So like 235Y, 220X, and 300Z.
Oh, okay. Cool.
For my laser, they were throwing sheets of this out, so I just grabbed the scrap piece, and that's what I have in there.
Oh, yeah, that works.
Yeah.
And then I always like metal like that because I have these magnets, and that's how I stick my parts.
To stop them moving. Yeah. To register
I
them.
just throw it on there and put some magnets on it, and then it doesn't move.
Yeah, and real thin wood, as you burn it, it starts to warp and tweak. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But I put those computer fans in, 2 high-speed ones from a drive at work. I pulled them out. And that gets the air out, plus the original fan that comes with this unit, them cheap plastic ones. And then for my air assist, I just 3D printed a gadget that goes on my laser, and then it just has a computer fan hot glued to it, and that air assist is enough. I used to run my compressor to it, but these computer fans work great.
Yeah.
What are you working on, Shane? What is that?
Enraged Rabbit.
Oh, okay.
So this is version 1.1.
So Angry Bunny, basically.
Angry Bunny, yeah. But shouldn't it be in pink? You gotta do it properly and do it in the pink.
I would think so, with little ears.
Yeah.
All I have is white and black ABS. So.
Oh, that's cool. Who came up with that name, Enraged Bunny?
I have no idea.
It's just
there's all sorts of weird names in this part of the community with the whole
the bunny collection. Yeah, interesting.
There's a kit that you can go buy, and the guy's name is like Deep Fried Heroin or something like that. So
yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
All right, let's see if I echo now.
Oh, let's see.
I know.
Looks good. Sounds good now, Dick. Zach.
Yep.
We'll see how long it lasts. My headset's dead, so. Sounds like somebody else is echoing now.
I think it's Zolam. He's got the radio.
That's not an echo. That's actually my radio.
Yeah.
Here, see, now it's going.
Your
still looks like an old Kung Fu
mouth
movie.
is still desynced. Your speech is desynced, still Zolam.
Yeah, it's okay. He talks.
I am using a Lenovo Duet i3 tablet. Give up. It's good.
So, Kieran, this is what I'm working on.
Oh, okay. That's
Laser
and it's just a nice
stone.
grey
Yeah,
ghosting on it.
and slate stone. That's one.
Newbie, I'm
So,
burning the power.
So Liam, I heard a funny one about that last logo. What does an Auburn fan do after Auburn wins the national championship?
I don't know.
They turn off the Xbox and go to bed.
Well, it's for a neighbour's kids there, and he's got triplets, and they're all turned 21. And so he wants to gift them all little coasters for their school logos because they'll be graduating next year.
Did you have to put a coating on that to engrave it, or did it?
No. And CO2 we grade straight onto it.
Yep. Okay.
And then what I do is I clear coat it afterwards to make sure it's sealed. So I give it a light brush off and clear coat it.
Yep.
So here's the difference between sealed and unsealed.
Yeah,
The darker one is sealed.
Yeah.
Use
It pops
the
a
slate,
little bit.
the slate's
And it makes
nice,
the contrast
nice and
pop as well
non-reflective,
better.
so it's quite good because the slate's non-reflective.
Yeah,
Heats up
it makes
nicely.
the when you seal it, the clear coat, it actually makes the slate dark and makes the engraving pop more.
But yeah, Liam, you got to remember, I'm originally from Birmingham, Alabama, so
Well, that's where his kids are going. So his
Yeah.
kids are in 3 different schools.
I just seen your comment in private chat, Liam.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize you were there.
So Andrew's still sitting, his legs are still in the plastic box.
Yeah, Andrew has that the K40 that you have.
Wow.
Dixon, I guess, still in the box. Well, don't all
I've got
talk
two
at once.
3D printers running. I think I'm gonna fire up a third.
20 watching and only 8 likes. Okay. Wow.
Nine
Nice to like
likes.
that, guys.
9
Share.
likes.
Appreciate it.
He's doing a Christmas
I
tree,
can't open
Milan.
it.
That's what he's printing out. It's a Christmas tree.
Oh,
He's been
Jerry?
trying for what? Yeah, 2 weeks now, isn't
Oh,
it,
I
Jerry?
thought
Been
that
trying to
was
get that
the
to work.
Eiffel Tower. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's joking with you. Yeah, he knows it's an Eiffel Tower.
Oh, I'm thinking like, what? That looks.
Yeah, I've never got this far before. So changing the PWM under machine settings from 1 to 0 has solved the problem.
TWM.
Back in a second, I have to switch over parts.
So thank you, Comgro. After 3 or 4 weeks of headaches and wasted board, it looks like it's going to work this time.
But that's on chipboard, or is that plywood?
It's some 2mm plywood. I bought a pack of it. It comes off Amazon. There's like you get like 20 of them in a pack for like $20. They're sealed in plastic in a baggie, Ziploc shut, so they don't get all warped and twisted and everything.
Yep.
And then when you buy the little squares like tripod heads, you get those things and they're tweaked and already right out of the package screwed up sometimes.
Mm.
Anybody have anything to talk about? Feel free to gab away. And all.
Yes, quite. I think everyone's still. Yeah, looks like they're all still recovering from the Thanksgiving weekend.
Well, I'm getting a fixed focus laser sent to me finally from Adam Stack.
Nice.
Nice. I'm wondering how that laser is going to work.
Your resolution is quite low, Tim. A lot lower than it normally is.
Yeah, it is actually.
Seems like it's, well, I can't hear it all now, Tim.
Yeah, the camera, the printed camera's higher resolution than you are. Is that strange?
So I now have the highest ratio of functioning to non-functioning printers I've had in years.
What, 1.1 to not?
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 6 functioning printers out of 7. 6 out of 7.
Hold on, Matt.
My mic died.
Matt's got some pictures here he wants to show everybody.
This is his dimes.
Oh, nice.
This is what I've been working on. Dora asked me if I can create a few things for her, for people to download. So I created this. That's basically the other side of it. That's I didn't create that one.
Good games.
Yeah.
That one's
You
nice.
That was actually created for a friend of mine, and yeah, we know all the story about that. So
Yeah, we'll leave that one alone.
and this one I created also for Focus. You can
That came
download
out
this
real
one.
nice.
Yeah, you can download this one on the Focus website.
Would you Google the pic to find a pic for it?
Yeah, it's actually a resin print. It's a picture of a resin print. It's not a picture. It's a picture, but it's basically a picture of a resin print. Somebody made this in resin, and that's pretty nice.
I got a question for everybody. This alien that I'm printing, I got off Gambody the other day. When I get to do the head, they don't have the head in one piece. It's in multiple pieces. Can't I throw that in Microsoft Builder and put it back together and then print it as one piece?
Or mesh mixer.
Oh, mesh
Theoretically.
Or idea idea maker.
Okay.
You can group
Yep.
all the parts in idea
Really?
maker and separate them.
Well, and that's the other thing is if you load them in all into something like Idea Maker or Prusa Slicer or some of one of those ones, you can actually have them all be one model.
Yep.
Okay.
And yeah, I finally solved the problem that I have no stringing anymore. I normally had like tiny little spiderweb string lines, but now I have none. And just look at the detail on this tower. I mean,
The
wow.
fastest way I get rid of stringing is my propane torch. A heat gun will work. The propane torch will do it instantaneously, and you won't melt your model.
I use a kitchen butane torch.
Okay, yeah, similar thing, same.
Settings ain't right. You got to turn your nozzle is dripping. You got to turn it down. You won't get no stringing. The heat.
Are they printed in two halves, Matt?
Or you live in an environment that has way too much humidity and there's nothing you can do about it.
This is actually where the picture ends because
okay, the wraparound line.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what if you had too much humidity on? What if your humidifier or your dry box was running directly a PTFE straight to the printer? Then it'd be dried straight to the printer.
That would work because it's that's called a reverse Bowden setup.
You know, I don't try to hide my flaws.
And that's actually what I'm doing for TPU.
Okay.
Yeah, I would do that for TPU.
When I print TPU, I have it coming
for PETG. I would definitely do it for nylons.
Oh yes.
So
when
mine
I finally get a printer in close to do OBC and nylon and poly, I will definitely be running everything in a dehumidified environment.
Mm-hmm.
So the food dehydrator that I've run is a filament dryer for.
Yeah, I use a
6
food
years now?
dehydrator. Well, I have both. So what?
5 years now, 4 years now, something like that. Finally, the heating element finally went out on it. So I'm considering making a DIY drying chamber.
Yeah. I use a food dehydrator that cost me $30, and it's a discount shelf in Menards. And
I don't have Nards here, so.
No, and then but I do have a filament dryer box as well, and I actually if I'm doing stuff that's I just got like in summer it's very humid here, so I would actually put the PETG from the dryer straight into the dryer box, and then use the dryer box to feed the printer. That way, then it stays dry.
I met a guy years ago, had a lot of fancy furniture and paintings in his house. He was very wealthy, and he had big, giant dehumidifiers set up in all the rooms that looked like a great big, I don't know, stood 3 or 4 foot tall, great big box. He would put humidity in his house to keep everything moist so his pictures and everything wouldn't dry out.
You can just move here in Michigan.
Yeah.
Summer, it's sticky as hell.
We had, what was yesterday, 37 degrees Celsius here yesterday, so nice
Oh,
and
wow.
dry.
That's nice.
It was 37 degrees Fahrenheit here this morning.
That's the thing.
I'm 71 right now and sunny in Vegas.
And you know what
Wow.
we
It's
got?
no
I'll
last
show you
night.
what we got, right?
Yeah, we got a skiff of
It
snow.
is currently 66 here, but it was 23 degrees when I woke up
Wow.
in my house.
After I finished the stream today,
Wow.
this morning when I got up, I went. This morning I went outside with the dog, and it was nice weather. I came down to do the live stream. This is what I was on the ground after the live stream.
Is your heater on propane still on?
If
That's
you're
what
in
we
New
got.
Zealand, you'd blame that on the top dressing pilot getting it wrong.
I do not have central heat in this house, so yes, I have propane heaters, but they were all off.
Wow. My
Yeah,
brother
no,
lives.
we got snow. It's still snowing right now.
My brother lives in a really small house he built in Pahrump. He's got a propane heater type thing, and his living room mounted in the wall runs out to the propane tank out yonder, and that feeds his stove and then that little propane heater. And then he made a homemade wooden stove fireplace type thing. It's like a barrel. It sits up in the air off the ground, but it's got a pipe that goes out the wall. A wooden stove.
With those decorations from Thingiverse, Matt,
Okay.
they were quite nice.
What are you talking about?
The flat decorations.
And
Oh, yeah,
that's
the
the wrong
Christmas.
side of the house. The bedroom's on the other side.
Yeah, in my place, my bedroom is on the furthest side of the house upstairs, away from the furnace, so it's the coldest room.
Yep.
Who's that sticker
Yep.
from? The cop with a pipe in his mouth. Where's that sticker from? I can't read it.
It's Deep Fried Heroin, the website where we buy the Voron parts.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Look how much this thing is moving.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the table? Is it not level? It's just moving.
Yeah,
think the top-
I don't think it's level. It's sitting on a wooden shelf, like the shelf's made out of plywood with a metal frame.
Put a bracket,
I don't
put a bracket on it and mount it to a stud or something behind it.
Yeah, I need to.
Or you could be like Tim and have it sit on his Lazy Susan. and
Lazy
just
Susan.
The rocks and
That
roll.
works.
Yes. I'm waiting for my table. You know, when it's family making your table, it's the longest wait of all.
Yeah, because there's no money in the game, that's why.
I wouldn't tip him when it
No.
turns up, though, Tim.
There's no money in the game, that's why there's no rush.
Yeah, no, exactly, and he knows that too. That's fine. He's busy, so. Okay, I am.
I've started the last batch of those, of the Vanderbilt University.
Mm.
That'll be I'll just do 4 of them, and that's the last one then.
Kitty cam.
Yeah, I dropped the camera on him, and he's not happy about it.
No surprise.
He's saying,
Yeah, no
"You
sense-
think you're
they have
gonna
no
get me
sense of
on
humour."
camera after dropping the thing on me? I'm out of here.
No sense of humor.
You know, cats get dizzy and dogs don't. But cats land on their feet. But
That is not
dogs don't.
true. Dogs can get dizzy. That is
Oh, yeah.
not true.
Yeah, when they're sick, but if they go
No.
around in circles,
No,
I never.
no, not when they're sick.
Oh no!
I have watched a Samoyed chase its own tail until it barfed.
and then that's all over.
I believe it.
Chases his tail and starts stumbling around because it's like a person.
Come on, where is it?
Like, wow, you're dirty.
13.2.
What have you been doing? Go outside and shake. God, you're dirty.
Come on, kitty.
Okay.
Yeah, this print's gonna look terrible.
No.
Got it running way too fast.
Okay, Aerosis is ready, guys. All I have to do is
Let's
put
see
on
that
the.
one.
See, Aerosis is ready, Jerry.
Coming.
All you need now is the pump for it, the running into the pump.
Cool. Well, set it near your K40 and just fly off it. Or
No, I'm not using it. I don't use it. I don't use it for the for the K40 for now. I only use it for cutting. I don't need it for any engraving. No need. So the last ones is Vanderbilt, and once they're done, I have the first one on, and if that comes out okay, I'll do the others, and then I'll spray them this evening let it dry.
all right, that got done. I need to go out in the garage and start another part, so I'm going to leave you guys for a minute.
Okay.
Woohoo! Party time.
Yeah.
Yep, we're in charge of the madhouse. The inmates
now
are in
that
charge of the
Jerry's not
asylum.
Let's party
What do
like
you
it's
think?
1999.
You mean it's not?
You
Wish it
maybe.
was.
Yeah, I'm not printing today. I'm just doing the lasers today.
Okay.
Yeah, I would be
save
20 years younger.
Desktop.
Yeah, I spent New Year's Eve 1999 working to the Y2K bug.
Oh, so did I.
Yeah, because
I spent
the jobs I was running, I had 3 jobs running either in Australia or New Zealand, and they were the first places in the world that supposedly had the bug fix applied for the Unix boxes for our software. So basically, I was working right through New Year's because everyone was US, UK, Norway were all chasing my ass to make sure it all worked So yeah, not an enjoyable New Year's Eve.
I was driving around. I was driving around the lower 48, going to all the AT&T wireless data centers, and making sure that they were prepared for Y2K.
Yeah, for the same sort of thing. Yeah.
I was in like
Goddamn
6th grade.
8-bit bastards. Yeah.
Made a lot
How
of
the
money.
heck do you remember what you were doing back then?
I was managing.
I was sober. I remembered.
And I was managing the repairing of tandem non-stop Himalaya series systems that were used for Dell's production. And we were fixing those on the fly and finding issues and patching them on the fly before the US came online, so they wouldn't have to do it. And we were doing it for them in our system. So then we just roll up the changes to them over there. So we were actually working crazy hours for those, because like the non-stop system, the tandem systems are like the systems they use to run bank machines, the ATMs. And like one of those could run, one tandem system could probably run, I don't know, 100,000 ATMs. And Dell uses, well, I don't know if they still do, I'm guessing they do, but they used to use them to manage their production environment. The whole process from bill of materials and the whole workflow through the production, through testing, and all the way out to shipping. It was all managed by those systems, and I was actually working on those at the time. So I spent my whole day, the day before, the day of, and New Year's Day, working in Dell, fixing those issues.
Kieran, I got some filament for my girlfriend.
From your girlfriend or for your girlfriend?
For my girlfriend.
What's that?
For my fiancée.
Color silver, GTEC color silver. Is that
GTEC
silk?
silver is nice. I've used it.
I got a good deal for it, so.
So she's got some nice filament to use in her printer. That's nice.
So that'll be really nice in her new Prusa.
Yeah, when it finally turns up.
Yeah,
no, that has turned up, hasn't it, Matt? The new Prusa?
No, it didn't turn up yet.
No, that takes 6
waiting
weeks.
on it.
Okay.
They take about 6 weeks once they're ordered. They take about 6 weeks to be delivered. No, I have to go switch out of power. Back to 1 second.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting hearing about the stories of the Y2K stuff, and like everybody was rushing right at the end to do all the changes, yet they knew about it like 10 years prior to it.
Yeah.
Well, it involves spending money, so the answer was we'll only spend money when we have to.
Yeah.
And it costs them a lot more in the end. So.
Yeah. That's what makes it more hilarious. They wanted to avoid spending money, yet they spent more.
Yep. Absolutely, Milan. Yeah. How's the tower looking? How's the tower looking, Jerry?
Yeah, it seems to be fine. Yeah,
there's the last one, Jerry.
Then he popped out. I'm not sure what happened. Let's see here.
Vanderbilt.
Yeah, they were burnt almost all the way through. When I flipped it over, you guys seen one area wasn't quite all the way through, but I'll take an X-Acto knife when I remove them. For any future jobs like that, I'll put on the K40. But since I was told it can be done on a diode, I wanted to do it on a diode.
Mm-hmm.
But with all the headaches I'm having, it's a lot easier to put it where you know it's going to work first time.
Did Rich not do his on a diode as well?
He did his on a diode, yeah. With the Nietzsche,
Yeah.
his Nietzsche, he's not the Comgro.
Oh, okay. His was a little higher power.
Yes, exactly.
That's a good laser because it has two lasers with the mirror in it.
Yeah.
That's why it can cut. That's why it cuts up to 4 or 5 millimeters.
Hey,
Yeah.
Derek, how you doing?
But you must remember also, a diode tends to burn material. A CO2 will ablate the material completely.
Yep.
So you get less burning on a CO2 because of it, and you do less passes, but you can do it faster because it completely ablates the material out of there.
It does a
get
good
cleaner
job for a
cut.
diode laser though because they have two diodes in there with the one mirror.
Some do. That's the 15s. The 15 watts do that. The 10 watt output and the 15 watt output do that.
Yeah.
They have
What
two
I'm
5
saying
right
is
back
that's
sevens.
better to buy that for $300 and some bucks because the JTech for that does the same thing is about $590.
Anybody like to pop in? I just posted a link. Here comes Owen. Hey, Owen.
Hey, hang on. Get my audio set right.
Yeah, audio is good.
It seems to be synced in your mouth, okay?
No, I have it on my big speakers. There we go.
Oh.
I'm remote desktoped into my computer that I do face rig with because this little tablet just can't do it. Can't run.
No more bones.
Well, I'm almost done. They came out good. Didn't they? They came out really nice.
What does it cost for the slate squares, Liam?
For a set of 4 of them, it's $5. So
I sold you a set of 4 for $10.
He's just going to pay for the slate for the tiles. But if it was for somebody else other than my immediate neighbor, you could sell them for $15 or $20 a piece.
Yeah, Richard had LA Hobby Guy, old curmudgeon, had this file for $250 and $85. So I went one pass. So I went $250 and 100, 2 passes on the Comdro.
Yeah, that works.
Matt's playing with his pussy again and pissed it off.
Oh, she can feed the whole Chinese army. Trust me.
You know, I don't like.
We know you like yours a barbecue sauce.
Liam,
you understand?
Here, I'll do it for you.
That again?
I'm going to turn your mic up.
Hey, baby.
I can just move it closer. I have it away from me.
Yeah. Okay, I just turned you all the way up.
Is that better?
Yeah, now I need to turn you back down.
Yeah, I had it on the far side of the table because I had it out of the way during my stream. I just brought it over closer to me so it's here.
So I just found something interesting about my laptop.
That it works?
Bye-bye screen.
You can use that.
Come back. There it comes back. You see what it's doing?
As you move it, the screen turns off as you flex the screen.
Yeah, there's a magnet in my little thing here. There must be there's a magnet right down there.
It thinks the lid is closed.
Yep.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was we had a person at work that complained about their laptop, but they had a magnetic wristband and couldn't work out why the screen kept on blanking.
Yeah.
As they typed on the laptop, it was a magnetic wristband screwing her up.
iPads as well, the iPads and the other tablets, they all have when you get cases with them, the cases have a magnetic lid, and when the lid comes down, it shuts down the screen to save power.
Yeah, Hall effect switch on it. Yeah.
Hmm. That's done? No, 40%. So I can track what my thing is, what the laser is doing here on my tablet. So I can watch it there. It gives me my percentage and what I'm burning and.
Cool.
Oh, that's just your job info. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have a Raspberry. It's a Raspberry Pi, and I'm actually remote desktop into a Raspberry Pi. So I can actually I can control it from there, and that way then I don't have to have a laptop out here or whatever. I can just run it straight off the Raspberry Pi. That's why I haven't gone with a Gerbil board in it. Which I could put a Gerbil board in it, but I haven't because I can't run Lightburn off a Pi. So there's no point in it.
Was that old curmudgeon? Was that because your power supply was a big difference on yours? Get the double Rich's standard power scale for his laser.
See what you said, Rob?
I said he had the double Rich's standard power scale for speeds on
Just
his laser.
Because he's got a 10-watt laser output, so he's got two. What he has is he's got 2 diodes with 2 5-watt diodes that go through a prism with a single beam.
So not quite as powerful as one 10-watt.
Well, you can't get a 10-watt.
Dual diode, yeah, Z1 is
the diode's maximum is 6.5 watts. So
what are you running, a 40K or you got a bigger machine?
No,
there?
he's running a diode laser.
No, you.
C1.
I have both. I have both. I have a 40. I have a K40 over here. I have a couple of diode lasers three of them hanging right here.
Yeah, but you're 40. So that's a 40K. Your bigger laser, right?
Yes,
Okay, that's what I want
that's
to
what I'm
know.
doing the slate on. It's on the
Liam,
K40.
is the Z1 a dual diode? I didn't think it was.
The Z1 is not a dual diode, no.
Old Curmudgeon
But
says
they've
his
just
is.
they've just released a 10-watt laser, so you can actually switch out the laser to the 10-watt.
So the 10 watt might be dual diode.
It is dual diode. It's dual 5-watt diode. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why they're having so much success in and then cutting their board, their 3mm wood and stuff.
Yeah, I wish I had the 10 watts, something bigger than what I have, so I don't have to.
Yeah, they only released that recently.
Like the LA Hobby guy, when I watch his videos, since he's using Niji on most of his stuff, I have to tweak my settings. I just can't do what he's doing on his files.
Well, no, because but Rich he's got a dual 7-watt laser diode, so he's got 15 or 7.5. So he's got a 15-watt output laser when he does his cutting.
Jerry, do you run your test?
I have never ever done that. I have never.
You should run this test, and you'll be able to tell anything how good it engraves or cut. Like when I do this one, if I want this shade right here, I know I can drop the power down to 90%.
Yeah.
At a certain speed, I rate the speed. Hard to see on each one.
4,000.
Did you get that off Thingiverse, or where did you get that test file?
No, I'm not using Lightburn. What I use is laser durable. So you can just use it's just a JPEG. You don't have to set up all the settings like in Lightburn. Let me switch cameras here now. So this, I just take this here, and I'll open up the file. I'll just go and grab the file. And it's a JPEG like this. So I don't have to set all these settings for strength. It's just a JPEG. And I got these settings here, and I go line to line trace. And then I hit next. And then it gives me, I'll go 4,000 because that's the fastest I can run at. My speed, my laser 100% is 255. Because I got it set up in durable. And then I hit create. And then that comes up, and now I just burn that JPEG image on all my pieces, and it tells you right away what you should run, depending on what material you're doing.
So the percentage isn't a percentage power, it's a percentage of infill, in effect. It's a percentage shading. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, so I keep my laser at 100%. I run it as fast as I can run it. So now if I want to get a shading, it depends if I want a shading like on this product right here. I know if I want to go somewhere like right here and cut that deep, I just go 90% of my power.
Okay.
And then I know right away.
Yeah, if I would make
exactly like
materials, then I wouldn't have to try to figure it out and have all these trial and error problems.
Yes, you take every piece. Here's a piece of mirror, so I know exactly what to set it at to burn the back side of the mirror.
Okay.
I get no results until I hit around 80% at full power.
All right.
Alrighty, I'm gonna hop out of here. I got some stuff I gotta take care of.
Well, thank you very much for hanging out this long. You've been here for like 2 hours, so appreciate it.
Yeah.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.
See you later.
Have a good one.
Yeah, Shane popped in at 12 o'clock, an hour ahead of time. Hey, Kelly. How you
Oh,
doing?
wow.
Hey, Telly.
Anybody like to pop in and talk about lasers or anything you're working on? You're very welcome to. Here's the link.
I've been working on this machine right here.
It's my box. Here.
I had to replace the hot end because it was just burning everything. And so I changed the hot end out and it solved my problem. And also I had a problem with the nozzle. I think it was leaking, so that's where the burn stuff came from. And it was stripped, the nozzle, I found out, so I just replaced the whole hot end. And this machine right here is broken too. I'm replacing the double extruder for a single extruder, and I'm gonna make an 830 Pro out of it, like this one and this one. So I ordered the parts already, and it's basically really easily. You can convert them really easily. That's why I chose certain types of printers, because I can interchange parts. I can take parts of this machine and put on that one. You know.
The motherboard doesn't care for the motherboard. It's a plug and play.
Yeah.
For the hot end.
Yeah.
Tim.
So that's why I chose that. It's easier on production, and all my stuff is stock except the plate, the heating plate, the glass plate I have on top, and I don't know if you can see it. That white part I modified, and I put a PTFE tube so it doesn't eat the filament
sensor.
sensor.
Keep it off it. Yeah, just sets off higher.
So, Tim, I have a question for you.
Yes.
What do you think of a machine the size of a rat rig or bigger that's IDEX?
That's IDEX? I think it's I don't know. I wouldn't use it.
I think it would be
I mean, it would probably be handy if you're doing a lot of production parts.
Mm-hmm.
As far as a two-color print, I don't think.
Or two material. Let's say you printed something large and you have to put supports in, and you wanted to use PVA so the parts come off easy.
Water soluble supports.
You could do that. I have an IDEX that's not that big, but I have the Creator 3, which is an IDEX, and I've yet to use it for soluble supports. I tried it once, and I could not get the supports to work.
Really?
So it's probably me.
I've done it successfully with mine.
Yeah.
Supports are kind of a toss-up, I think. A lot of times they come off easy, and sometimes they don't.
Well, no. Well, see, okay. So here's the issue. If you do soluble supports, if you do all the support as being soluble, it's expensive because PVA material is expensive.
It is very expensive.
But you can select that extruder 2 as an example that's having the PVA, that it only applies to the support interface layer where the supports meet the part, and only that area is PVA. And if you do that, then you can print it all with the same nozzle, let's say a 0.8 or whatever for a big bed, and then only apply the PVA on the support interface layer and do 100% infill or 100% layer on the support interface. Now you have a smooth surface for your part to print on top of.
Then just wash away that interface.
The supports drop off because you dissolve the PVA, but the rest of it is not. It's just the other material like PLA or PETG or whatever you're using.
Yeah, Liam, the other day I had a strange problem on my MPCNC. I was cutting out another union with my 60-degree V-bit, and quite a few of the stars were looking like clovers. They weren't perfectly straight, flat lines. They were kind of bubbled out and round, and the material was flat. I don't know what caused it. It wasn't in any specific place that had happened. So I switched out the wood. I got a different V-bit and put in it, and then everything was fine after that for the next two. So I don't know why it came out funky. Sometime I'll show you, and maybe you can kind of help me figure it out.
Yeah, show it to me. That's weird. Well, I was going to say, I was going to be a bit of a smart ass and say, you said there was something strange on your MPCNC. I said, what, it's working?
Yeah. Yeah, since the last time that we reset everything on it, it's working fine.
Yeah, and you saved the settings, right? You did a $1 and saved everything else?
Yes.
And you know where it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's in my download folder, and this thing, it's got that name, so.
Yeah.
Liam?
Does this camera look any good to you guys? I can't tell.
That looks good.
That's fine.
Decent?
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, I got a new.
Yeah,
I got this action camera. It was just a no-name.
No-name GoPro.
I did a subscription a while ago to a thing called the Gadget Club. And anyways, I got this about 6 months ago. It's been sitting in a box. I didn't realize I could use it as a camera for streaming. So I just didn't know what the quality was going to be like. So
Tim, check your spool.
Whoa.
Check your spool. Looks like a double roll spool.
My spool?
Hello. Looks like you got a double loop off your roller spool off filament.
All right.
Tim, I actually have 3 different models of that exact camera.
It's not tangled though. It just looks like it. I need.
Okay, cheers. That's one of the check.
I need to come up with I need to come up with some sort of a reverse
back
molding
tension.
system for this.
Some back tension, yeah.
Stephen,
Okay,
your
cool.
comment about the dual color. I have used my IDEX for dual color, but I'm the opposite to you. I actually do it mostly for doing multiple parts in duplication mode.
Yes.
That's where I primarily use it for duplication. I do a little bit of mirror, mostly duplication, and I do little dual material or dual color. I'm actually the total opposite to what you're doing, Stephen.
With that, Liam, for the duplication, so you can have multiple parts and duplicate to fill the bed at the same time.
Well, okay, the way duplication works is you have to if you have small parts, like I did for I remember for Toys for Tots, small parts. I fill one half of my bed with the parts. Only the left side, and then so I multiply it out to fill one half of the bed, and then I turn around and say, okay, when I go to print, I'll say print in duplication mode, and the other extruder comes out and does exact and mirror copies, like not mirror copies, duplicates in exact movement. What E1 is doing, E2 does it.
Yeah,
now mirror mode is the opposite.
Clarify,
mirror mode, you put your part or multiple parts on one side, and in the other one, they actually do the opposite movement when they're printing.
Yep. That's good. So I just wasn't sure how you filled your bed with the IDEX.
You can just multiply parts. You fill it. Actually, some people cheat. What you can do is quickly resize your bed to half the width, to 110 millimeters. Let's say if you have a 300 by 300 bed, you end up at about 110 millimeters in duplication and mirror mode per side. So you shrink the bed, fill the bed, and then extend the bed again, and then you have everything over there, and you just move it to the side, and you're done.
We had newbie popping in, but I don't see him yet. Oh, go ahead, Zolan.
I'm about to change out a part. Give me. Oh no, sorry, it's almost there.
Are you going to talk about those cameras, Zolan? You have 3 like Tim has.
Yeah, I have the 50, the 50 Elite, and another one of theirs. They all work really well.
Yeah.
They are. My only issue is they have no built-in gyro, so I can't do video stabilization.
Yeah, this just came in a box that looked like this.
Yep.
It's like a no name, right? So.
They are actually all using the same guts of. Hang on, let me see if I can find it.
Are they? You know, the other thing I don't like about it is there's no mount on the bottom at all. There is a mount on this case, but I can't plug the USB in the case.
I have one of those.
The Acaso action cameras are exactly the same guts.
Ah, okay.
But Tim, you could 3D print a case for that. Is going to be simple to make.
Yeah,
you can 3D print a TPU skeleton case with the screw on the bottom.
Yeah, I don't use these for actual action cams. I have 2 GoPros I never use. So, hey, Mylan.
How you doing?
Okay, Mylan, I want to put it into a debate here.
You look good today. You look like you're doing well today.
I'm just trying to figure out what's going on my tablet, but now I have one of my printers go down. So I've got here working on it. And, about to try and do this test print. Well, do a print of a PTFT tube cutter. Comes in 2 parts, different colors. So I'm about to do that right now. I didn't hear you.
So there's been I've heard your name being enunciated various ways. I call you Mylan. Some will call you Milan. How do you enunciate your name correctly?
Milan.
Okay, like the city.
Oh, it ain't Milan, it's Milan.
Okay, it's like the city then. Okay.
It's the actual. It's Italian. The actual name is Milan, but in the U.S. everybody says Milan.
Milan.
Okay. Okay, we'll just call you Hey You. How about that?
Okay.
Just don't call them late for lunch. It's okay.
But no, the problem I was having with this printer here, for some reason I don't know why. I checked the other thermistor, checked the heater, everything else. I started getting it real fast, 3 beats real fast. So I took it all apart. Got the air cleaner, got the bag cleaner, made sure there was no dust covering the main board, stuff like that. Cleaned out everything. Changed the heater, changed the thermistor. And I tested the heater and thermistor in another printer, and it was perfectly fine. But now this one's working fine. So I was looking at the problem, like maybe there's too much dust from the dog getting sucked into the fan on top of the case, but I'm turning it up now, see if it's going to run. But it's just it's just one of the Ender 3s. So, yeah, but I'm going to just print. So. Matt, I got a question for you. That the lithophane that you put up on the Fuku website.
Yeah.
You have to drag that lithophane into a lithophane program, or you just put it onto the printer and cure.
It's just ready STL files. Just put in the settings what I put in, wrote down on the website, and you should be fine. Just regular Cura, you know. No special buttons or anything you have to. And Cura basically watch your speed, your printing speed, and your travel speed, and how fine you print it. And you should come out fine, really.
That's cool. That's what's up. All right.
If you have any questions,
what's everybody else been up to?
Anytime.
Okay. Yeah, I got you on Facebook.
Yeah, I've got the laser out in the garage. I got the garage door open. That's why I've got my StreamYard watching it, so I don't burn my house down while I'm live streaming.
Yeah.
And I don't want to sit in the garage. I'm in a comfortable chair here, so.
I'm laser engraving slate stone coasters right now on my CO2 lasers, like these.
I have like 30 things I'm waiting on from Amazon. They were supposed to be here between noon and 2, then from 2 to 3:45. Now it's 5 to 9 p.m.
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
My wife ordered some shoes from her mom back in October, and they should have been here like 3 weeks ago. And then they're going to come today. And then I got an email stating you might want to just cancel your order. They'll be here at the end of December. So we just
no way.
They just keep putting it off, pushing it back.
And you ordered it from where?
Your feet would have changed size by then.
The only thing I can figure, they're probably coming out of China, and we ordered them at the end of October. So I don't know. They would have been probably on a plane. I don't know. Maybe they're on a ship.
3 of the things, one of them being inline fuse holders, which I absolutely need, went from arriving today to now expected November 28th to 29th.
Wow.
Right. Ouch.
I ordered some pictures to go on my wall behind my couch. It's a 5-piece panel set, Leonardo da Vinci. It was originally a month to get to me, month and a half, China. I don't know when it's going to come now. It's probably stuck in the port in L.A. One of them ships sitting out there.
If it went by sea, it could take forever. If it's going by air, it gets through faster. So I have.
Oh, okay, nice.
So I have stuff coming in. I have another printer on the way. Hopefully, it will arrive by the end of next week. I'm hoping, or the end of this coming week, so I can actually show it to people next week. And if it comes by air, it gets here fast. And this laser that I got here, this was shipped. That was shipped. It took 4 days to get here. Is all it took for this laser.
Yeah, shipping at the moment is crazy.
Is that the sorry, is that the focus laser?
No, this is the it's an R-Tour laser.
Okay.
You got an unboxing this morning on it.
Yeah, I did a live unboxing this morning. The other laser I have down here, it's similar to these other cube ones I have on the wall here.
I got a question about my wife's printer, the FL Sun Q5. I haven't used it in a while, but I printed 3 Christmas trees for her on it. And each time the tree was done, the nozzle was buried in top of the tree because it said the gantry sagged on it. It didn't stay up top. Now I did a real big one, and it was actually so stuck to it, I had to heat up the hot end to pull it out of the top of the plastic Christmas tree because the 3 arms weren't staying up top when it got done. I guess they just sagged back down to the print while it was hot.
Oh, wow.
Then you'd have to, what's the Marlin code to turn the stepper motors on?
There shouldn't be anything wrong with it. That's what's odd about it. It should be
No,
fine.
but in your NG code, if there's no backlash nuts, it will sag. It will sink down. So what you need to do is in your NG code, normally there's a turn off stepper motors. Remove that command in your NG code, and the motors will stay enabled.
Okay.
And because they're enabled, you're holding it in place.
Where's it presenting the finished print? Is the red being ejected to the front, or the hot end staying in the center?
Well,
at the end of the print.
I haven't used a printer in a long time, so I wasn't here when all 3 prints got done. So I don't know if it just stayed there, if it went up automatically. I didn't see it finish.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where it ended up. It should have went back to the top and stayed there.
Here,
it stayed off.
It's a Q5. A Q5 is a Delta.
Oh, sorry. Yes, it'll only stay in the center. Yeah, it'll only be in the middle.
There's
Yeah.
no moving. I'm in.
Hello?
NBC turns it off.
Hello?
I might just see what turns it on.
Yep.
Hello? Bells.
Avon calling.
Avon.
Yeah,
go
my
home.
print just finished. My print just finished. My bed didn't move forward to present the print.
M17, Jerry. The M17 should either remove M83 in your NG code, or enable M. I think it's M17 is enable steppers.
I'm going to look at it real quick. I can pull it up right here on the screen.
Yeah, bring up
If
your
you're-
NG code.
If Tim's
their
bed
latest
issues,
issues?
So much, Jerry.
Repeat that, Milan.
I was asking Jerry if his laser always smoked so much.
Yeah, it's burning really hot on that wood. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
for what it's doing, it is.
Yeah, so you need
These-
M83 space.
South OKC FedEx terminal had to deliver 38,000 packages yesterday, and they only normally average 10,000.
Holy crap!
Or you can do
It's only gonna get
M17
worse.
that turns them all on, Jerry. M17 when the job is over.
Yeah, right here it's just got home G28 home all axis, G92 reset extruder, a command. Let's see, prevent scratching from the head, purge 45 millimeters, reset extruder. The very last line is what a dot with a slash. I'm not sure what that command is.
No,
And
okay, you need to add in M17 space Z.
End of custom start G code, so I'll put a space
No,
there.
not start the NG code. M17 space G. It's the NG code you're looking at.
Yeah, the very last command, like I say, it's just a line that says end of custom G code. I'll put it right above it. I'll put a space there. No, put what in?
M17 space the letter Z.
Okay.
Is there any move command to move the Z up in the G code, the NG code? There should be. You need to add that.
Yeah, it says G1 space 160 space Z.1 F3000. That's right above that.
Yeah, you need to move it up higher. And that's the problem. It's oozing a little bit, so you move it up higher, away from it, and then leave the steppers on so it won't sag down. It's probably because there's no backlash notes. It's probably sagging when the motors are turned
I
off.
can't share my screen. When I open up S3D, I don't see my bars at the top. I can't drag it and drop it. It's so big on my screen, I can't even. I have to go over and hit file close. I can't minimize it or nothing. On the right side where I've got the hashtag and.
Now, you wouldn't have that if you had a real slicer, Jerry.
Yeah. I installed Super Slicer this morning. I don't know why it's too big on my screen here.
Super Slicer has 1,001 options.
Yeah, I downloaded that Super Slicer after Kieran told me how to get to it. Kind of
Oh, there
downloaded
it
it a little bit, not too much.
Okay, now I
I've
found
been
it.
using. It's been
It
great.
seems to be it seems to move a little faster than Kira does to me.
I like Idea Maker most of the time, and especially for my IDEX machines. I use Cura, the new version of Cura, on some other machines. It varies. I haven't swung over to Super Slicer yet.
Okay, here's the line that I added right here. M17.
Yeah, and you do G1. Oh, that's too small, Jerry. Can you zoom in on that?
is there a space after your M17 and before the Z?
Yeah, there should
Yes.
be a space between 17 and the Z, first of all.
It's hard to tell.
This last line where it says end of custom start G code was right above it. So I made a space and I put that in. I don't know how I can make it bigger, actually.
Print a small part and see what happens.
Yeah.
Find any small part, because you. What's happening is it sounds like you're. Why are you printing feet?
They're going to be for my alien that's sitting there doing this on camera.
Oh,
Paul,
okay.
that's for his Paul.
Yeah,
Okay.
for my Paul. It was
Okay,
on
but-
sale for $17. Marked down
Admitted
for
you have
Oh.
a foot fetish.
It's Paul from the Simon Pegg film.
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
Cool.
It's on Gambody for $17 instead of $25, and I'm going to print him life size.
Hey Jerry,
Yeah.
I found you a better slicer than what you're using.
Which one? Oh, okay.
Wow.
Nice to meet.
But
You got
does it
to
come
meet.
with the whole bacon You want the bacon to come with it.
Okay, let me go back here and catch up with chat.
Not sure it works very well with STL files.
Well, guys, I'm gonna go cook dinner. I'll catch y'all later.
Well, thank you.
No worries.
Zach.
Take care.
Zach.
Yeah. See ya.
Oh, I bought.
Tim.
Yeah.
I have a new screen coming in for my. I have a screen coming in for the BTT board. It was cheap. It was on sale. I bought one, and so I'm going to. I might actually just put the BTT board in my Inner 5 Plus altogether.
Cool.
Yeah, as I was saying for Tim, one, if your bed presented, Tim, I'd have serious issues, I think, with your belt adjustments on your printer. And two, how's the Raspberry Pi Zero 2 going? Still going good?
Oh, it's working. It's working perfect. I've been actually getting good prints off the bed. I've still got to do my calibration a bit because I still have a bit of ghosting. I got a nice. I just printed this. It's a new ADXL mount that's going to go on top of the BMG.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's printing. It's hard to see this from here, but it's printing great. But there is a little bit of ghosting happening right there on the Y. My first layer is coming out beautiful, and the print itself is flawless, other than a little bit of ghosting, ringing, which I can fix with my accelerometer. So yeah. But no, it's the Raspberry Pi is not a problem. No issues at all. So. Mind you, I haven't tried to hook a camera or anything up to it yet, and I don't know if I even will. I don't think I need to. So,
what are you making, Jackson?
I'm doing a test run now on my little diode laser. I pretty much know that it runs best at 100% at 500. I get something like this.
Oh, nice.
These are done.
The
My
diode
slaves is done.
it does a good job. It just takes longer.
Very cool.
Yeah, I'm done with all those coasters. The sets are done now.
Cool. I got to get to my laser one day.
What lasers you got, Tim?
Oh, I've got the Gerbil. Not the Gerbil. I got the Artur Laser Master 2, the first one.
The standard one? Okay.
Yeah, and then I have the Atom Stack A5 coming to me.
Nice.
I've got to get a laser one day.
I want one, but I just cannot afford it right now. Not with
Laser,
the other project.
resin printer, the airbrush.
The wife just approved. The wife just approved me doing a solar farm. So
that's more important.
A solar farm, as in a night couple of racks out the back and do it properly. A nice big rack set.
I'm starting off with, for the house setup, I'm starting off with just 200-watt panels, but we'll be moving on. The goal is to have about 100 of them.
100, 200-watt panels.
100, 100-watt panels.
Cool.
Wow. 10 kilowatts. So looking at 10 kilowatts.
Who's making your panels go on?
30 or 40 years to pay for itself.
No, I wouldn't think so. I've got 5 point. I got 20 275 panels, and that'll pay for itself next year. So 6 years paid off, total cost.
Yep. Yeah, if I'm able to order the panels in bulk, it'll be even cheaper.
But those 20 panels, how much can you actually run in your house?
That's my inverter's a 5 kVA inverter, so max is 5 kVA, so it's 6.25 panels, but it's only 5 is max, so I pump up excess. You want excess, so the excess goes to the grid, so I get a small payback from the grid.
Credit you, so you can use it.
It really, it's not just about the panels; it's about the battery bank.
Yeah, the battery bank, if you want a battery bank, but batteries are expensive. They're not worth the money if you're looking at like a Tesla or something like that.
That's what I'm talking about. If you get the whole setup to really do it, it takes 30, 40 years. Go Google YouTube on people, and then they get so efficient, the power company will not buy the power back from them.
I'm not doing grid tie. No way I'll do grid tie. In fact, I'm on a co-op for my power company. And in the co-op rules, you are not allowed to do grid tie solar.
Right, so you'll be islanding, and you'll be looking at what, 20 kilowatt of batteries?
Yep.
Yeah, what, lead acid?
No, LiFePO.
Or lithium? Yeah, LiPo, okay, yeah.
Yeah, they're real expensive.
Lithium iron phosphate.
Yep.
They're real expensive. But they're good.
Well, it depends how you can get them done cheaper.
I have a good line for when I'm ready to do the big purchases because my employer is currently deploying solar at all their stores.
Okay, so you can get volume discount, yeah. Which is good.
Yep.
How long do you think the batteries will last?
LiFePO 4 batteries last. They're warranted between 4 to 6 years.
How many cycles? That's what you got to know. Charging.
Yeah, how many charging cycles do they get so long?
Sorry, what was that?
Charging
How many
cycles.
charging
That's what
cycles
matters.
do they get?
Yeah.
The lithium iron phosphate batteries right now are the best you can get.
Yeah, you
something
get
like
4 times more of the HEMs.
6,000 to 8,000 charge cycles, I believe it is.
Yeah, they max out. Most of them max out. Won't give you more than 10. They won't rate warranty them more than 10. But yeah, you should be able to get 10,000 out of them. Yeah.
To start with, though, I just got a simple little baby 20 amp hour one that I'm putting in a Go case for my radios, and then I've got a 10 amp hour one that's going to be mounted to the chicken coop.
Yeah.
And over the next month, I'll be ordering 400 amp hours.
And that's just for monitoring and lights, isn't it?
Yep.
There are camera and lights out there. Not very much.
Camera lights, radios, and emergency backup air conditioning if it's the summertime.
Yeah. Because at the moment you've got your tent around them to keep the temperature balanced for the winter. And I'd assume
actually, I have a 10 by 10 tough shed that's fully insulated and has its own power breakers and everything. So I'll just put them all in there.
Oh, okay, you moved them from your current tent arrangement for the winter. Yep. When it gets cold.
Oh wait, no, the chickens?
Yeah, the chickens. Yeah, the chickens. Yeah.
Oh no, that's a greenhouse. All I have to do is close it up, and the temperature is going to jump.
Yeah, for the winter, and in the summer you just take the plastic off, and it's fine. Just put the mesh on it for the summer.
Yep.
Yes, I meant the chicken coop, not the animals.
I was talking about the battery banks and where they're going to be stored.
Oh, right. Yeah, the batteries. Yeah. No, I was talking about the chickens. Yeah. You want to take care of your batteries, bug the chickens. Did that first one came out pretty good, Jerry, for your tower? The arms came out good.
Yeah, there's a couple places in the back, real small place. I got to use an X-Acto knife and cut it, but most of it burned all the way through.
That's good.
Hey, Loopy, how you doing?
Yeah, give him a poke, Louise. Louise is falling asleep.
Where is everybody getting this multi-segmented dragon?
Yeah.
I'm not sure where the dragon's coming from, but everybody's been printing it lately.
I want it.
It's on Colts 3D or My Mini Factory. It's on the front page of Colts 3D. If you go to Colts 3D, It's on the front page.
What have you been printing lately? Or has Matt been doing all the printing?
Well, I printed that.
Oh, very nice. Is that
I
an
accidentally
urn?
printed the lid first, but it happened to match the top.
Is that an urn for Matt? Is that an urn for Matt when you get rid of him? You're going to put him in there?
Well, yeah, if you don't behave.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a genius model, you know.
There's the print and place mama.
Nice. I'll get you the link for it. I've got the link put away somewhere. It was on the front page of Colts. It was on a Mini Factory. Let's just see.
But my very first print.
On My Mini Factory. Could be my bad.
Is
the owl's
these
nice.
Guys. Can't get them to focus very well.
Look good.
Matt and his wife filming. No, actually, this is the film that came with the Focus. And because they came out so well, I think we're going to put them on the wedding cake.
Here goes all on. Here's the one that's on My Mini Factory. Okay, all right.
I found it on Colts as well.
Yep.
It's $3.91 on Colts.
Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds right. Beer.
Matt, you did that on the FDM? You did that on the FDM, Matt?
Yeah. I did that on the.
Oh, you did? Okay. See, I
correction. Yeah.
Yeah, that sun moon
Yeah.
white. I get real smooth.
I did
prints
it.
like that too with
Yeah,
that sun
yeah,
moon
yeah.
white.
Just because it's better than your stuff. It's my very first print.
Matt does lots of things
Slap,
in birds.
slap Mrs. Louise down, Louise. Put Mrs. Louise
Yeah.
in his place.
Yeah.
Or Mr. Louise, sorry.
Oh,
Mr. Louise.
there's a fully articulated tarantula.
For
Where
some
you at on
reason, I
thingy or
switched to
thing?
a white sun loop, and then my 3D prints for the nightlights, they came out really smooth with that white, just like those owls you showed.
What number did you say that was on Colt? So long.
So I'll put the link there if you want it. It's in the stream there.
Hang on. Copy
Newbie.
address. So in regular chat, I just dropped the Colts link to the one I'm getting.
It's the same. It's the same way. We had it on both, which is quite good. But Colts is quite good. Flexi Factory does some nice prints. The guy that does Flexi Factory link on Colts as well. I print out a few of his articulated spiders and animals. They come out.
Yeah, I'm getting the tarantula because my wife is scared to death of spiders, and now I want to print.
Yeah, so that's there we go. That's the one from Flexi Factory on Colts 3D.
Yeah, I hate spiders too, but if my wife didn't like them, I would definitely want to print them and put them in bed with her.
That one came out really nice. And that was 75% actually.
The one
so
on Colts that I just found, the guy who printed it, it's the back end of the body is the size of his hand.
A big one, yeah.
You guys see the video? The video of the little dog running around the mall or somewhere, and he's got like a spider costume on.
Oh yeah.
Pretty hilarious.
That's cute.
No, I didn't.
No, but I did see the one of the Sphinx cat that somebody put in a wig and a dress and lets it run around. It looks like a little tiny goblin.
Scary. Wrong on so many levels.
That's something.
And of course, thanks to Shane, I now am getting the Flexi print in place llama corn.
Gotta blame somebody. Something wrong with my chat. What number did you say was so long? My chat screen is frozen for some reason.
I put.
Yeah, it's in YouTube. It's in the YouTube for my mini factory as well, and it's in the chat for both. It's in the chat.
Yeah, it's $3.91 for the $3.91
for the dragon. Yeah.
There is. Yeah, Colts doesn't use numbers, not like Thingiverse or whatever. So.
No.
Not like Broken Verse.
Milo, I'll email them to you.
They're not showing up in the chat for
Thank you, Jerry.
Yeah, it's both there in the live chat.
Actually, if private chat's not locked up for you, I just dropped it in there as well.
Yep.
No, I don't think my private chat's not locked up. It's my other. I just saw something from Don that said Zolan the non-fan.
Okay.
So maybe it's working now. I'm not for sure, but I'll go to private chat real quick.
I know.
But if you just type in articulated dragon, it'll be the first one in the search for Colts.
Yeah, but my
number one
is
search.
using a cell phone for data. That's the problem.
Yep.
293.
But the author is a guy called Guy Beer, McGybeer. So either one will search. Yeah, McGuy Beer.
Playing the word MacGyver.
Yeah. But otherwise, articulated dragon would be the first search on both of them, on both Colts and my manufacturers.
Oh, okay.
Here, I just sent them to you.
All right, thank you, Jerry.
Among everybody, you got them.
Yeah, it is a very nice model, but definitely not really good for resin printers.
I have a Palette 2S Pro that's just sitting, so I'm going to use that as my test.
Yeah, so do I. It's a waste.
I don't have any palette.
I only use it when I'm currently when I'm joining samples together to make a bigger spool.
Yeah.
So Liam, let's talk about space for a minute. NASA, or not NASA, but SpaceX, they launched that rocket a few days ago. It's going to catch up with that asteroid in 6 or 7 months, and they're hoping to bump it. I think the thing is too small though. When it hits it, it's the size of 2 football fields. I don't know that it can move it.
No, you must remember. there is there is no resistance in space. There's no air resistance, nothing to slow you down. So
there is resistance in space.
If a mosquito hits something in space, the impact of the mosquito transfers energy, and part of that energy is all it takes to slowly drift something out of space, out of position.
There is resistance in space, or otherwise solar cells wouldn't work.
But resistance is futile.
What do you say, Zolan?
There is resistance in space.
No, there isn't.
Remember, you can breathe in space.
There is.
Too.
No. Solar cells operate under photonic pressure. That's not resistance.
Right, which means... never mind. There's no air resistance. I'll agree with that.
But there is photonic pressure. There is photonic pressure.
Yes,
from the sun.
photonic pressure. There's also gravity wells, depending on where you are and how close to
Near
things
planets,
you are.
correct.
Yep.
So,
But they can also
and then depending on where you are, like if you're trying to go through the that radiation belt. God, I can't remember the name of it.
The Kuiper belt?
Yes.
Or you mean the Van Allen belts around the Earth?
Yes, one of those two.
I just googled it, but okay.
Yeah. So
we're going to get hit by an asteroid, I take it?
It's going to hit it at thousands of miles per hour, but even though it's a small craft, that amount of energy, just even the slightest nudge becomes a slightest forward nudge keeps graduating out now because nothing's going to stop it from moving away further.
Yep.
Hey Greg.
Hey Greg, how you doing?
So the small amount of energy you apply, the direction of change, just keeps going and going and going forever.
Well, since they can measure the distance between that and the bigger asteroid, they'll know if it does. So we'll know if it actually works. From the time
we lost Milan.
We'll move it for sure.
He'll be back.
We've seen it before. We have seen spacecraft that have crash landed into asteroids and stuff like that, and they've changed its trajectory a tiny amount.
Greg, if you'd like to pop in, here's the link.
And the further away it is, when you impact it and you make it change, the more it's going to move by the time it gets near us. So the whole goal is to find stuff that's big that could be coming towards us, go out, hit it, bump it, and actually over time it's going to keep drifting slowly away. And by the time it comes by us, it's way past us.
Well, except for this is SpaceX, so they actually want to bump it towards us so they can mine it.
No, it's not. This is a DART mission for NASA. It's part of the planetary defense. It's a planetary defense mission.
Oh, so it's actually for the Space Force?
It's for planetary defense, not Space Force.
It's because someday a meteor is going to hit the planet again and wipe everything out, so they want to start now and start testing to see if it ever happens, can they deflect it? But lately there's been so much talk about it, I wonder what's really going on that we may not know about.
Well, let's put it this way. There's nothing coming towards us that's big enough to cause us problems because...
And if it is, you won't notice about it. If it hits, you won't notice about it anyway.
Well, let's put it this way. There's so many people watching the night sky. The chance of something coming at us that we haven't found is slim and none. Right? And
it's
the only way something will come at us from the night sky, or something come at us that can affect us, it will have to come from the sun side because we can't see it. Because we can't point telescopes towards the sun to see asteroids.
Yeah.
We have to look elsewhere. So we can see a lot of the sky, but we can't see all of it because anything that's coming from the sun.
We're going to be taken out by a corneal mass ejection before we are taken out by a meteor.
A
CME won't take us out.
You guys know what the aliens think about us, right?
Yeah. Yeah, a CME will not take us out. A CME will wipe our electronics through an EMP. But it
Did you print a small one, Jerry?
Excuse me here. Liam, what do you think our society is going to do if you were to wipe out the electronics and communication?
I can survive without it.
Total chaos.
Oh, chaos, yes.
We can't even get people to recognize a pandemic, and you expect them to survive through Facebook going down for months?
If they can't, no great loss, Solon. No great loss at all, right?
As bad as the stores were hit out of toilet paper and everything, if something really bad happened, oh my God. It'd be unbelievable.
Yeah, that would be a problem. I agree.
We'll move out to Zolan's place. There's lots of room out on Zolan's
Yeah, he's got
farm.
chickens. We can survive for a while.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but no,
I need another beer for this conversation.
I think what's going to happen, like if something like that happened, there's a movie. Do you ever see the movie Transcendence?
Yep.
So at the end of it, when they had no electronics, because they had to do an EMP to wipe it, to destroy all electronics at the end. Remember?
Yeah.
Spoiler alert for anyone who has watched.
Is that a good? Is that a good sci-fi? Is that a good sci-fi movie?
It's not bad.
okay.
Yeah, it's done. It's not bad.
There are worse.
There's a series I'm watching right now, and I'm sure a lot of people here are watching it. I forget the name of it, but all the men in the world died. 99.9% of all the men died.
Children of Men.
The world.
That's the movie. That's the movie.
It's a series. But this one, the world is in total chaos because I guess men ran everything and the women didn't, and everything is completely turned upside down like there was a nuclear holocaust. That's how bad it is in the show. And I'm thinking, no, women have enough jobs in the world. I think if all the men disappeared, they could take over and run everything. But in this show, they can't.
They do better a job of it because they don't have because they've been shown to be better management.
Less ego.
Yeah. So they're better managers. They're better senior management. I work for.
My best managers, every one of them had been female.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
So was mine.
When I go to a doctor, I prefer a woman. When I deal with anybody on the phone, I prefer to talk to a woman because women are more caring. They understand. They're usually smarter than most of the men I talk to because most of the men I deal with are idiots. Well, that's the how I feel about it.
Jerry,
when I deal with a doctor, I don't want to talk to a man. I want to talk to a woman.
You know, he just insulted all of us. You know that, right?
Well, I think everybody here understands my point.
I do, Jerry.
Okay.
I understand completely.
You know the money making fun of him. No, but it would make a difference.
I'm so happy that fixed the problem. It looks like it's doing everything. So
cool.
Now, what is all that for, Jerry?
I'm making an Eiffel Tower, a file I got from the Louisiana hobby guy, Rich. And it's like 5 or 6 different plates of things I have to print, pop them all out, and then assemble an Eiffel Tower. The K40 would bang it out in the flash, but this is on a diode, and my diode is not as powerful as what he's currently working. And every time I do a print on the Comgo, it would stop and not run. And I've been fighting this for about a month. I've wasted a ton of wood, and they finally got a hold of me, and they said, go to your settings and change your PWM from 1 to 0, which I did, and now it's not stopping in the middle of the burn.
Just one small change is all it took.
Yeah.
To drive you nuts.
Yeah, how tall is it going to be?
Yeah, you got to do a test grid. That'll solve all that waste.
Here's
my exhaust fan. How do you like that? My exhaust fan for the small laser sucks it right out.
As much work as you do and stuff you sell, I know you're not poor, and I'm surprised you would make it homemade.
All my stuff is because I don't have time to make it right. I just don't have time. I'm actually taking a break right now, but
as long as it works, it's functional, and it's not going to catch fire. It's perfectly satisfactory. We all understand it.
You're probably a multi-millionaire, and you're just saving your money. So,
my buddy comes in the basement and sees stuff like that. He goes, "What the hell?" I'm a master.
But it works.
I'm a master electrician, and then he looks at all the cords that got hanging. Look at my magnetic board.
Yeah.
Like
the car mechanic is the worst car that saw rust and bits falling off. The Sparky has all the wires hanging out of open ports in the back of his house.
I'm busy doing stuff for everybody.
Everybody else's work, not your own. Yeah.
Everybody else's is beautiful, and mine is all rigged up.
Yeah, the hottest I run my PLA is with Silks is 315. Everything else is around 205 for everything.
Yeah, I do
PLA plus.
Here, I stuck a piece of metal behind my old painting, and I got magnets on it. That's how all my tools are hanging there. I don't have time to do it right.
It looks fine. It actually looks really good.
Yeah.
Jerry.
Yeah.
I'm wondering about your PWM setting. What was the actual setting number? Do you know?
It was set at 1. I put it to 0.
No, but what was the actual command?
I just changed it. I went to machine settings, and the machine settings, the PWM was set at 1. I simply changed it to 0 and hit OK.
I'm wondering if that's turning off PWM. If it turns off PWM, you won't be able to do grayscale.
Okay, if that happens, then I'll have to change it back when I do anything.
Because I'm thinking it's either does that or it sets it to override or do not override. It's one of those. I'm not sure which one it is, but I need to look at it. But it's either turning off for PWM, which means you can't do raster, like a grayscale and stuff like that, or it's setting PWM to do not override, or it's setting it to override mode. One or the other. I'm not sure which one. I'll have to look at the settings.
Well, once this gets done burning, I'll email them back that the command worked, and I'll ask. Wait a minute, and I'll ask them about it. I got to get the dogs.
Try and engrave an image and see how it works.
Yeah, give me a second. I get the dogs a bone.
Yeah, because that's the way to find out is by engraving an image. If grayscale works really cleanly, and it does good shading, then it means it's working. PWM is still functioning. What I've done for my diode lasers, I have the same Creality enclosure I'm using for my resin pinners. I can take my resin pinner out of there, and then I can put a board in that I have here, and my laser inside in that, and then I have my extractor will extract out of there as well. So I can run so for Thursday night, Jerry, when we're with Comgrow, I'm going to have a camera in that chamber with the laser running, because I have an enclosure over here. So I'm going to have a camera in there, and I'll have the laser running while we're on stream with them.
Yeah, I'm assuming tomorrow or Monday we'll get a follow-up email about next Thursday being on at 6 o'clock probably.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, but they need to do a test beforehand. They need to come on and get us online maybe Wednesday to test it out.
Okay.
Because they're notoriously bad. They're always having communication issues. Their link is dropping and stuff. We need to be online to make sure it functions. Do they use StreamYard, do you know?
I think so. I think they do. And I do know that when they're sitting down and they got their close up on the camera, if you notice if they ever go big, they don't have their glasses on. They're not.
They never wear them.
So you should, for safety's sake.
Yeah.
Yes, most of it is shielded like in this picture, but it's best to have them on.
Yeah, because it's a reflective light is the problem, because it's UV.
And if you see that board, see that piece of pine on the side and that flag, the Union? That's so when my dogs go out in the garage, they can't look from a distance and see that laser. That's why I got it blocked on one side. That way when they come in the garage, they can't look that direction and see the beam. That's why I'm blocking it when they're out there.
That's a good idea, Derek.
Yeah, so I'm going to have something running in that enclosure over there. And I'll just get my up close, the one that I use for my streaming, my up close camera, like I used in the CO2 laser just a while ago. I'll just mount that in the ceiling of it, and I'll run a long USB cable over to here so I can show it from here.
Temperature and retraction, Mr. Camo. It's always the two biggest causes of temperature and retraction. Too hot and too much retraction.
Or not enough is retraction.
Yeah, one or the other. But temperature is your first one, where you've got it too hot. Too hot's the first one.
You should do a temp tower for every material. Do a temp tower on every printer, because every printer is slightly different. Do a temp tower, and you find the optimal print temperature, and then and if you know how to set one up. If not, you can check. There's lots of videos online. I have a video on how to set up a temp tower on my channel, Astro Printer, and then you can go to do a retraction setting. You could get a retraction tower and set that up, and do some retraction tests to find out the optimal retraction for that printer individually.
Now, also, what's going on with Liam said, if you're using Cura, there is a add-on in Cura. It's a download. I have to look up the name of it real quick, and it already has everything in there. And once you just click on it, and it'll do the temp tower. You click on it, and it'll do the retraction test for you.
It'll pre-scale the offsets for your temperature and your retraction settings in the tower. Yep. The plugin's called what's it called? It's called.
I downloaded it yesterday. I can't remember what it is.
I've never used that. I just do my own temperature towers.
I've never done a temp tower in 5 years. If I want to test something out, I just print a box with no top in it. And I just look and see how it prints.
I've done a few. Silks are the worst. Silks are the worst I found for retraction and blogging with heat creep also.
Yeah.
So I actually did a test yesterday because I haven't given my Swiss hot end a full workout.
I know.
It works fine for PLA Plus.
When I go under extension, it's installed, but when I go under extension, it has it listed as first calibration.
Well, I always on temp tower. I actually on a new printer. I will always do a temp tower. I'll always do a retraction to get the settings. I know some of you says it's a waste of time. I always do it.
Yeah.
I actually have a silk filament here that's a nightmare because when I do a retraction, it like Greg is saying, it pulls almost all of it back into the nozzle.
Yep.
But when I'm not doing the retractions, it seems to poof, like it swells.
Now I've only had 2 blockages, and they're both with silks. One was after about 4 hours, one was about 6 hours. So actually, Friday I actually did an 18-hour silk just to test the Micro Swiss hot end, and it came out okay.
The wood filament is the only true clogs I've had.
That's not bad for 18 hours, you know.
That's nice.
No.
Had lots of retractions. You know, so that gave it a good workout. I mean, it had a.
Is that a clock spring?
Hell no. For a change, no. No, that's Alfonso.
I've never seen you show usually anything other than clock spring.
How many hours?
That was 18. I actually had it done with 4 layers and 20% infill just to give the retractions a workout. But it's really, really, you know, the whole lot's.
Nice.
What's K stand for? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, actually it's for my sister-in-law. Her name's Kate.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. So, yep. So no complain about that.
The name of that plug-in for Cura is calibration shape. So it's calibration shape in Cura.
I'll tell you who the.
Why did you clean up my shop?
You know, I would say, hey Tom, Matt, the fact that Louise, you haven't even married yet, and Louise is actually printing an urn for you, I'd get worried.
Yeah, worried. Yeah. So if anyone's interested,
I made a comment about it being an urn. That's why I think she said that to be funny.
That letter was done. It's Alphonse Marcel. He's got all the alphabet and letters on the numbers on Colts. I think it is. Let me just check. I think it's on Colts.
Oh, I just realized I've not eaten anything today.
Yeah, that's not good. And he had the only reason I got it because he had the whole alphabet on special half price. So they're normally $3 a letter. So I got the whole alphabet. Let's just see if I can find it.
Hey, I just shout out to Lama since he's on here. Your little solution, Lama, to help me with my floppy cable. Your little solution to help me with my floppy problem to make it a little more stiff really works. So just want to let you know that. You can see how it's standing up nicely right there.
Yeah, the spiral.
So you're saying Llama helped you make it stiff?
Yeah, I did. Look at what he did. It was drooping before. So yeah. Yeah. So that was good advice. Thank you. You guys.
Now, is that a hand-boom job?
Zolan, I've seen you. You don't look 12.
What was that?
I said, I've seen what you look like. You don't look 12.
No. Thank you, Greg.
You know what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Doc Lama helps the floppies, yeah.
There we go. There goes the neighborhood.
So that's the guy who did that letter. So got the whole alphabet. So even though you.
Come on. Yeah, I saw those letters on Neri's stream on Wednesday.
Yeah. Well, I said they're normally $3, but on the stream I had looking, had them all for the whole outfit for half price. So that's why I grabbed the whole thing for half price, which is good.
Those are great. I might get them.
Those are nice.
They take ages, and it did have a tree. You had to do a tree support to make sure it printed properly because some of the overhangs on it. But it came out great. I think had one small spot where it sagged and it left a small hole underneath. You don't see it, but that was just because of the silk. I mean, I wasn't too worried about the finish, but it came out really, really well, all things considered.
Those are great.
Yeah, but I said the whole alphabet for what was it, $30? Wasn't bad. You also got numbers as well. So I mean, for tree toppers or for gifts for people just for the initials, it's quite nice. So this is going to my sister-in-law.
That's great.
Keeps the outlaws happy, right?
Yep.
Hey Google, what time is sunset?
Now.
Sunset is at 5:42 p.m.
Sorry, sunset here.
I have to go put the chickens away when the sun starts to go down.
Put them away or put them down? Tuck them in.
I wish it was put them down. I don't want them.
Happy wife, you don't get suffocated in your sleep, Zolan, so it's okay.
She won't suffocate me in my sleep. She is a retired hospice nurse.
So she got the experience then, so watch out.
Exactly. They're not going to know. They're not going to know what killed me.
Yeah, because reticular hemorrhaging is a giveaway for the suffocation, so you don't want to use the pillow because the reticular hemorrhaging will sort that out. So
that is correct.
Just watch out what's in your coffee, that's all.
She makes my coffee every morning.
Yes, with a big smile as she gives it to you. I sure, here you go. Have some more coffee.
No, when she gives the coffee with the smile, then he worries. When there's no smile, it's okay.
Then you got to worry what else is in there. Yeah, fair enough. Happy wife, happy life.
And it doesn't help that she knows how to make ricin.
You're not even allowed to have another printer.
Who?
Me.
Yeah. he's allowed, but
like I said,
Llama, that's so correct.
That's fine. I only need one that performs well. It does the job. That's the important thing, Matt. This is Mr. Matt. We'll see how we go. One thing at a time. You take the battles, you win. I got one printer.
You always can do it this way. You always can trade her in for 2 younger models.
Yes. There's always a roller carpet, a shovel, and a bag of lime in my shed. So there is that option.
Or if you have 2 chihuahuas like I have, you can feed them, to the chihuahuas.
They take a while, though. But are they your dogs, Mrs. Louise, or are they Louise's dogs? That's the important question.
My dogs.
Yeah, you notice how quietly he says that.
Yes. Just like it's my printer. They're my printers. Yeah, the same way.
My printers.
They were
You can hear me now.
until Louise moved in.
To be fair,
Quiet, guys.
Louise is doing a very good job on the printing, so that's good to see.
You need a rack like this, then you don't have to order all the time from Amazon.
You do. You have to fill it first.
Yeah, that's it.
It's full on both sides.
Yeah, but the trouble is, Dixon, it's full of stuff that you never need to use. That's the trouble. Damn, I forget something else now. I'm missing that one.
Not that. You got to have a computer to remember where it is.
What happened to Jerry? Where did he go?
Jerry! Yeah, he might have went to go check his laser.
No, I think he's just got to check his laser burn. Yeah, that's it.
I think he replaced the board inside of it.
This machine here, I got half a year ago, or no, this summer, and I still didn't get a chance. I ran it twice and made a couple parts.
Oh, the CNC?
Yeah, and I got that for $200. with all the machining stuff.
No, we're seeing a lathe. We're seeing a lathe, not a CNC at the moment.
Well, it's got a CNC head as well, so we can do a rotary. It's a 5-axis.
Oh, okay.
4-axis,
Okay.
sorry.
Right.
Yeah, it's got a drill press on it and a head and a CNC
Yeah, but
and
the
a
drill
lathe
press
and
can
one
be
and
used as a
all
4th
the
axis
tooling.
as
My
well, with a
buddy,
milling bit to do rotary edges and stuff like that.
And knurling and
buddy
everything else, yeah.
my buddy quit building airplanes, so he says, "Hey, you know, I thought, well, for that kind of money, I can't pass it on."
Yeah.
Nope.
You right now make me big, Jerry.
He's not back.
He's not
Here's
here.
back.
Yeah, but he's out there checking his laser, I think,
Show
there,
him in
Matt.
front of
So.
the camera, really close. Here you go, guys.
He's outside putting a fire out.
Oh, look
So
at
that's
the
what you feed.
hamster.
Is that what you feed your chihuahuas? Is it, Matt?
No, that's our ham for Christmas.
They make amazing dumplings.
Yeah, I
Yep,
don't
yep,
know. Rodents.
Yep.
It's all there is rodents. I wouldn't have one in my
Ethan
house.
wants a hamster now.
I wouldn't have one in my house. They're rats.
Yeah, glorified rats. But they're,
We
but
can
they're,
have a
but they're
rat
good
or a
because
mouse.
they're,
If you're gonna do hamsters, do it. Get a guinea pig because you'll have more meat when it's done.
Yep. The back legs
yeah,
on that
guinea pigs
are
are
all
good
meat. Guinea pigs are good eating. Yep. Guinea pigs are good eating. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Say no more. Say no more.
No pets in the
Yeah,
house. especially
If we have
swingers.
if we ever have an end of the world as we know it type scenario, there's a reason my wife breeds dogs.
It's the end of the world as we know it.
And chickens. And now she's going to start on. She's got the chickens going now. So.
Mm-hmm.
So she's gonna eat the dogs and hunt with the chickens.
If
I mean,
if
the
the
other way
dogs
around.
do, if the dogs are not good hunters or they're not good dogs, so I think I've gone through this before. The name Samoyed is actually a slur that means one who eats their own. And it's because in the Samoyed tribes, if their dogs did not work as they wanted, they ate the dog.
Yep.
Nice.
I'm eating somebody else's dog before I ate my own.
Nice tree.
That
Right,
tip,
there you go. It comes
that's
down
where
to
the
you.
Q5 came down the nozzle, buried into it, melted itself into it. I need to hot glue that and fix it for my wife. She seems to think I'm going to reprint this because it has one little boo-boo on the top.
You should have told us you can't see it.
That's what
better do, Jerry.
If I was
Otherwise,
selling this,
you know-
I'd have to reprint it. I'm not selling it, so
Just
Yeah, but that's
reprint.
what
Hey,
you do
Jerry.
for Jerry.
yeah.
Just
You're
tell her.
right.
Just tell her it's just the tip.
Yeah, that's exactly what I told her. Yeah, that's exactly what I used. I said,
But we know size doesn't matter with Jerry, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Just reprint that top cone and then glue it on, and nobody will know.
No, don't fill it with putty. Sand it smooth and
You
paint
know,
it green.
tell me that. Remember, you were asking me earlier about those spikes where they came from on the bed, and I mentioned that they're piercings where I got them off Amazon. Well, depending on how you're dressed and what kind of a party you're going to, that could be some kind of protection. Also, just have a strap around it.
That could be the Madonna. That could be a Madonna outfit.
Yeah, yeah, right here, right? Yeah, she had an outfit like that.
Touched for the very first time.
Yeah.
So,
sorry. I'm sorry
I see
that's
Jeff
so
Hud-
late for you,
Jeff
Tim.
Hutchins takes
Okay.
rat poison
I'm
voluntarily.
sorry. I have to do this because I don't want that one stuck in my head. Phenomena.
Ba-dee-ba-dee-bee.
Phenomena.
Da-dee-dee-dee.
It's a small world after all.
Yep. No, that was back in there. Oh dear. Oh
Hey,
dear, oh
Danny.
dear, oh dear.
Milan, what are you doing?
Putting off
Checking his
this
cameras.
PTSD cutting grid, and I'm missing the second part. I gotta put up the top part right now. So
I have a rare special guest. Where is she? There she is. Oh, the camera's
now I gotta
right here.
change the filament.
There it is.
Hello, Maria. How's it
Hi.
going?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Hey,
Hello.
Everyone.
It's
Keeping Tim
Tim
in check,
pretty
are you?
good?
Keeping him entertained. Thank you.
He's sick today too, so.
Is he?
Get rid of
That's
this
not good.
Movember garbage.
I'm gonna wait till after Christmas and
Yeah,
shave my
how
beard
you
off.
fix that? Well, you fix that. You turn around, you get wax strips, In his
sleep.
That would put a quick end to it.
Actually, even better is an Australian product called NADS.
Hey, Carl.
I know that one. Yep.
Nice to see you, honey. Bye.
Okay, I'm running away anyway.
Has Tim taught you how to print anything? Are you printing anything or helping Tim make anything?
No, she doesn't. She's not into the 3D
My
thing.
wife does.
Look at her face when she says that.
Yeah.
Look at her face when she says that. I don't think she's.
Are you going to paint some of his models? Are you going to paint
He's
his
lucky
models?
that I let him do this in the first place, okay? Be grateful.
Ooh.
Be grateful.
He needs
Bye,
bigger
everyone.
room.
Bye-bye.
A more princess.
That didn't sound very Canadian.
She's not Canadian. She's Jamaican. So
there we go.
there you go.
Just as
Yeah,
this
man.
is bad. This is bad. Just to prove it exists.
Yes, it is a real product.
Yeah, it's a real product.
Wow.
There we go. It's a real product.
And it's actually for hair removal.
Down under hair. Down under where?
Well, I'm in the land down under, but what where you use it's your own business. So, but it's actually a real product. Yeah.
Wow.
It's quite funny.
I'm not putting that down.
What's this stuff called? Nair? I think it's called Nair.
Yeah.
Nair.
No,
N-A-I-R.
Nair is the chemical version. NADS is basically another form of doing wax.
Okay.
It's a heavy sugar mixture that you spread on the skin, then you put the strip on, let it dry a little bit, and then you rip it off.
Ooh.
And I know about it because when NADS first came out, we all of us teenagers went and got some of it as a joke.
And never again, I take it, Zolon.
No, I'd rather use highly mentholated shampoo again.
A machete. I'd rather use a machete knife.
Let's see what Denny's got to do here. What are you working on, Denny?
Hi.
Hey.
He's assembling something.
Yeah. This is
It's a tower. I 3D printed a bunch of
Sniper tower.
This is a miniature popcorn machine. I'm putting it on the order on the
From the jungles, from the Philippine jungles.
A miniature
popcorn machine.
Popcorn machine.
Oh,
All right.
Yep.
Yep.
That'll take a while to fill a bag.
The wheels. Yep. One kernel at a time.
Now you got to put a miniature popcorn popper inside there, and that really works. A little.
Yeah.
Just prime it and paint it, you know.
All he has to do is turn around and let a print fail, and then throw it inside. It looks like popcorn. All of that stringing you cleaned out, that becomes your popcorn now.
I lowered the nozzle, laser, Liam. I lowered it if you were watching on the camera. I had a little high up, so I dropped it down.
Get it?
No, I didn't measure it. I just eyeballed it.
Are you cutting again?
Yeah.
So you need to be around the middle. You need your focal point needs to be at the middle of the material.
Yeah.
It'll cut better doing that way.
So you like that? You like that laser on there? It never overheated after a couple hours?
The only thing I've ever had, it's never overheated, but it has shut off on me many times when I try to do this same Eiffel Tower. So by the setting I talked about earlier, by changing that number Comgro told me to do, now it hasn't shut down on me, so it seems to be doing fine. But typically when I do a picture or something, they don't take that long. This running really slow here takes a lot longer.
That's why I cut. If I'm going to cut, I cut with my CO2.
Yeah, well,
That's what
I'm not doing it on the
CO2 for.
K40 simply because I was told it could be done on this printer, so
It can.
it's laser, so that's why I'm doing it.
Like you can do with a 500 milliwatt laser, half a watt, as long as you do enough passes over and over and over, and you have air assist, and you keep repeating it 50 times, it will eventually cut.
That's why you got to have a CO2 laser. You can cut with a toothpick if you go and do enough passes.
You can cut it with a blunt knife if you do enough passes.
Right, that's what I'm saying. get in a debate with diode lasers, and I says, okay, who wants to do 20 rounds to cut something out?
Well,
you know?
he's doing his cuts in 1 or 2 passes.
I remember a guy years ago. I lived in this apartment, and he was an alcoholic. He lived downstairs. He was in his front yard, which is a little patch of grass in front of his apartment. He was out there with scissors cutting it. So that's like comparing a lawnmower to a pair of scissors. I mean, you can do it; it'll just take a lot longer.
Yeah.
But if it's a very small patch, you don't mind.
Yeah, it was small.
I think it's more.
You probably seen the.
It was like
you
a
ever,
5x5.
you ever see the handheld edgers?
Yeah.
The handheld edgers. Yeah, my dad used to bring those home from the military base, and he'd cut the grass with the mower, but we all had to get out there and go along with those hand edgers all the way around the whole entire freaking yard. Yeah.
It builds character. It builds character, Milan. So
yeah.
It builds character and bad backs. It just does.
Yep. And it saved him doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know how guys paint on tiles and then they engrave them and they turn out real nice because they painted them white, you know, and it burns into the tile?
Yeah.
I was watching a guy on YouTube. He takes his glass, a sheet of glass, and he paints it white on the bottom and then a layer of black. And boy, did that really turns out nice.
Do you know what also works? Do you know what's better on tile and looks nicer? What's the name of it? Let me find the name of it again. There is a better material than that.
Best thing for glass is alcohol. That's the best thing you put in the glass.
No,
Don't waste. Don't waste. For drinking. You know, use your glass, do it properly, and put alcohol in it.
Look at the screen.
Best way to clean glass is
Tempera
alcohol,
paint.
99%.
Tempera black paint. It's great for mirror glass. Paint it on a real thin coat, and then you can etch it very easily, and this will wash off under the sink very easily.
Yeah, this guy on the glass, he didn't wash it off. He just burns it and then he'll clear coat it. I'm thinking of trying that on a piece of acrylic. That way it might burn through enough where then you put it in your light stand, it lights up through it.
You should be able to etch acrylic. You'll have to color it
I tried on my diode and I couldn't get it, so I put this on my
Paint it black
K40.
first, Jerry, and then do it.
What?
Paint it black, invert it, paint it black, and invert the image, and it will work.
I'll try. I have another sheet. I can try it. But yeah, this came out really good on the K40.
But the CO2 is the best way to do it. You did the CO2.
Yeah, did you engrave that in reverse? Because if you get a chunk of real acrylic, what you do is put a black sheet of metal on the bottom of it, because the laser will shoot right through the acrylic, and it'll actually hit the metal and burn the opposite side of the acrylic.
You don't need to. You don't need to. No, you don't. You're better off.
I've seen
better
videos
off
like that.
Painting it black, inverting the image, and then engrave it on the back
There's
of it.
lots of different ways of doing it. That's
Yeah,
one
but
of
what do you do? You wash that paint off then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's water washable.
You're going to scratch that acrylic.
No, you're not. Not if it's water
This
washable.
washes off really super easy.
No, the stuff Jerry has there,
The tempera paint washes off real easy. There's no scouring involved.
I put this metal plate on the diode or the 40-watt laser. It's just a thin metal plate painted black. And when you put the acrylic on top, you invert the image and it actually starts to etch in the black, and it'll put a perfect etch in the acrylic, and you don't have to wash anything.
Yeah. I haven't tried it that way, but I've seen it done. Don't all talk at once.
Yeah, so
I'm trying to get his machine loaded. Now keep talking again.
I'm counting parts.
Yeah, I'm looking up for. I'm trying to find the.
We all interrupt each other, and then we're all dead silent.
Exactly.
I'm trying to find the other way of doing this. I'm trying to remember what it is.
Oh, Jerry. I know something I haven't asked you in a long time. You already know what it is.
No, I'm not. No, I have no idea when I'm going to start working on the Ghostbuster car. Was that it?
Yep, that was it. You know, I always ask you, man.
And a big Mike is in chat. No, I haven't contacted that company in town about doing an interview with them.
Again?
Okay.
Dang it, why isn't that going there?
There we go.
Etchable ink into etch glass, huh? Okay.
Yeah, there's another way of doing some tiles. It's a different compound you spray them with though.
Yeah, there's a lot of different.
Is that with a roasting tray Zolon and and pastry on top? Tuck them in nice with some pastry and some roasting tray.
The rooster actually is good about herding all the hens into the coop. So it literally is just walking out there and doing a quick head count and closing up everything up.
So what's your next? What is your next big resin print going to be, Jerry?
Well, I'm out of resin, and I don't know. The next thing I'm going to do, Sanix came out with those Fabergé eggs, I think you call them. He has like 3 of them that look really cool. I'll probably print those when I get more resin.
Yeah, that would be a nice print. If you can paint, so.
If I get any gift cards for Christmas, then I'll pick up some more resin.
One new notification from Amazon.
Don't
You
drop
do
it
any
there,
other-
Tim.
You any jobs with the lights, Jerry, that you sell?
I made 4 flags, and the only thing I did no, that wasn't with my laser. That was my MPNC. No, I don't have anything that I've currently made. I did get in I ordered 2 cases from the dollar store. Cutting boards are very small, $1 a piece. I got 48 of them. I do have some stuff I want to do with the laser, but I haven't made anything. I want to put up on my Etsy store, but I don't want to take an order for something unless I have it already made. So I have to make up some different things, write down my settings, and then I can post some stuff on my Etsy store. The only thing I have on there now are my 4 flags, $100 a piece, 30 for shipping, and on Etsy it says free shipping, but they're 130. And then locally they're $100 local pickup.
Isn't Etsy the one that violates you so bad on doing your money?
That only happened on one model because I had it marked down from $400 to $300, and because it was on sale and they done other advertising for it, it cost me an arm and a leg. But at a normal price, on a couple things I sold, Etsy wasn't that bad. So I sold a couple of my DR.DOOMs on the throne for $300 each, and I never got hit that bad on them. I had free shipping, and they took out their fees, and I still cleared out of $300, I cleared $256. And I had to pay for shipping, which is like $25. So about $25 in fees was reasonable to me.
Hey, Jerry, I think it was the spawn print that they just kind of pinch you over on?
Yeah, the one spawn print, yeah.
Jerry, the cold galvanizing compounds that you can buy in the store, you spray can of it. Spray your tile with the galvanizing compound and engrave it. It comes out really, really, really nice.
Is that the stuff that's like $50 a can?
I'm not sure. I have to check the price of it. I haven't checked prices in a long time.
Yeah, it was
But make sure you have it vented outside, or at least going through a filter, because that stuff is really bad to breathe.
Yeah. Paint is a lot cheaper.
All right, guys. I'm gonna say good night, and I'll see you next time.
Well, thank you very much for coming.
Good night,
Mrs.
Louise. Thank you, everybody.
We'll see you for the rest of the night, hanging out on all the other chats. Because Matt will be around. I'll be going to bed tonight at 9, 10 o'clock, and Matt will be on probably Matt's chat, Akuma Mods, or something. So, Matt German never sleeps. He's always somewhere. You always see him online.
Yeah, lurking.
So you guys have a great night.
Compound Jerry is $23 on Amazon.
You have a great night.
Have a good night.
Louise. Say good night to Mr. Louise for me, Louise.
Can't hear what
I
you're
go.
saying, so you can say whatever you like right now.
I know, that's why I'm saying it.
Night.
Mrs. Hera.
Oh, I do that. You know, got a few cats sit on him.
If she's saying it to him for you, Karen, does that mean she has to do it from down under?
Oh, we'll leave that alone. We'll leave that one alone.
She's going to heck. Going off
I don't think she heard that. I don't think she heard that, Zolan. You're lucky.
Right. So Louise,
she must give him a hard time.
For At this time right now, it's after midnight for him, so it's probably more good morning because it's after midnight.
Hey,
for him.
Hawkeye, how you doing?
Well, I'm doing pretty good, Jerry.
Yeah, 20 past
How are you
20.
doing?
Where have you
I was
been
wondering
hiding?
who the hell Hawkeye was. It's Dave Petzl. How you doing?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's him in a
Everyone
long
was
good,
saying
man.
in chat. I'm like, who the hell is Hawkeye?
I saw your channel come up, and it's like, Jesus, I haven't got on forever, so I thought I'd see if I could get in.
Yeah,
You're busy.
I figured
He
you've been really
survived.
busy at the restaurant. That's why you haven't been on.
Yeah, you
What's
survived
that whole-
Thanksgiving,
Oh, God,
okay,
we're
mate.
just swamped, man.
So that's
Yeah,
good.
we're crazy.
So Hawkeye,
Yeah, it is
I
good.
got my WinLink Vera FM node RMS up and running.
Really?
Yep.
Is it working?
There are 4 of us now in Oklahoma that are running our Vera FM RMS nodes.
Oh, sweet. So, are you registered?
Yes,
Nice.
I am the sysop.
Nice. That's really cool. We've got one here local because we've got a university in town. And what Zolan is talking about is in ham radio, if the whole world goes down, we can still email, we can still transfer files back and forth to ham radios.
Oh, wow.
Oh, cool.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Only thing I know about
Currently,
it, but
with my current setup on 2 meter, I currently can't. I've had somebody who is 43 miles away connect and be able to send mail.
Nice.
And I've also
I
got
just
the
put up
IC 7000 set up for it.
I just put up a
I've got
huge
two of those
dipole,
things.
and I'm getting on Simplex, I'm getting 50 miles easy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Hey, Robert.
Anyways, enough radio geeking now that people can go back to printing.
No, that is really cool. That I'm jealous because I wish I had. We've got one here local, but our whole radio world locally is just a bunch of old guys. There's not very many young people anymore.
But that's universal though. Everywhere you go now, there's not an awful lot of young people getting into ham radio.
Yeah, you'll be all ready when the end comes.
Yep.
Absolutely. I'm just a prepping fool.
You and me both.
Here.
You and me both.
Hey, Steve. Oklahoma sucks.
So does Ohio State.
I miss Alaska.
Well, we have snow already on the ground here.
No
I miss
kidding.
snow. We don't get snow here. We get ice.
No, it's been snowing. It's been light snow all day long. There's about an inch of it on the ground already.
Wow. We're
Yeah, we're
54 here in Iowa. It's bizarre.
Yeah, we're mid 60s here in Oklahoma, and my wife's in Colorado right now, and it's like, it's in the 40s, but there's still no snow, and she's just a half hour outside of Denver.
We're going to warm up midweek, so that's when I'm going to put up when it warms up midweek. Here's my scenery from outside from today.
Yeah, I saw you post that online earlier, I think.
I did, yeah. Lots of snow, and that's our first proper snowfall. We've had some flurries, like a little bit falling now and again, but that's the first snow that's stuck to the ground. And so it begins, but it's supposed to warm up probably Tuesday or Wednesday, and then that's when I'll put up the lights because I don't want to be out there when it's in the bitter cold when they're putting lights up for Christmas.
Every year when I put up lights on the house, around the garage, around the fence, around the palm trees, I always say when I take them down, I'm going to label where each one of these went, and I never do. So now, once again, I've got them separated on the ground and plugging them in, trying to see what works, what don't, and what went where. So,
No, if I ever get the wood trim around my house replaced, I will get lights installed permanently.
That's actually my wife. my wife, when we build the new house, she's already asked me to put up addressable waterproof LED strips all the way around the house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a company over there that does that with the tracking, the track mounting and everything else, and does all the lights pre-sealed and everything else. You can get them custom made. Very, very nice. Leave them up all year round.
You should do that with your new build anyway. You should have a 12-volt system so you can tack on all your LED lights around the house. It'll be dirt cheap.
Yep, they're all going to run off the solar.
Okay,
well,
can I
off
ask
the
you guys a
batteries that are
question?
charged by the solar.
No.
Okay, so you guys know me, and I know about just about everything there is to know. But one thing that I have never figured out is when you have old batteries that have corroded inside of a super nice device.
Yep, it's a voltage detector.
It's an inductive voltage tester, yes, and it's an amp probe. So does anybody has anybody found a way to reduce the crud and get the batteries out?
Brillo pad.
I use baking soda and water, and then I put a little bit of grease on them next time you put them in.
Yep.
Like on a car battery.
Will the baking soda break down that? That can't be calcium.
The baking soda will react with the corrosion that's on the battery and break it down.
We'll loosen them up and get them out.
Take a little screwdriver around the edge, kind of dig at it and dig it away, and then get it out and clean it out with a little wire brush.
I've been doing that with a little pick, but
yeah. With your
and
kind of money, why are you even bothering?
I know, yeah, right.
We'll buy another one.
But, that's why I have a lot of money, is because I do save stuff like this.
We have high voltage grease, and you can get a small tube of that and put that on there. Next time when you put the new ones in, they'll never corrode.
Hey, Dixon.
I've got a whole bunch of dielectric grease. I mean,
Yeah.
I've got that, and then I've got the Corrosion X. That's dielectric. I've got all of this stuff, but I just never think about putting it on. I found this in a truck that I just sold.
Google it or YouTube video.
Yeah, well, I'm going to try the. I wonder if vinegar would do it as well.
Baking soda and vinegar.
You know what you should do is buy another car and see if somebody left one of them in there. You'd be saving a lot more money than repairing that one.
The Coke
You want to
toilet? Try Coca-Cola. Like
you want to?
Come here,
you
Dixon.
actually.
Come here.
You
I got a tooth that I'm looking for.
You want a base in order to counteract the acid.
What movie is this from? Is it safe?
Yes, Marathon Man. Marathon Man. There we go.
Marathon Man. Is it
one of the
safe?
scariest lines that still make me cringe when I hear it after seeing that movie? Is it safe? Yep.
Hey Dave,
That,
what movie
that
was
makes
that
me
that-
cringe.
What movie was you in where you're driving by in your Corvette and people are throwing cans at you?
Okay, that movie is going to be on Netflix. I just talked to the writer of the movie. He was at our restaurant for Thanksgiving, and the name of the movie is called East of Midwest. And if you guys like movies if you guys watch a lot of movies and you can figure every movie out, if you want to watch a movie that has a totally different bent and you never expect it, it's actually
East of the Middle West?
East of Middle West.
Yes. Okay. Just found its
East
IMDb.
of Middle West. It's a
Jerry,
very
I'm going to
good-
drop the IMDb for it into chat.
Sure.
IMDb.
But if you watch the movie, there's a scene where the guys are in a big truck and they're driving around and they're thinking about throwing this turkey through a windshield of a moving car, this frozen turkey. And they're causing a lot of trouble and they're just throwing beer cans at passing cars. And this is supposed to be on the highway. Well, if you look, the guy lifts a gun, the driver does, because he's pretending like he's going to shoot one of the passersby, and that passerby has a black Corvette. That is me. You can see me. You can see me pass and then make a turn. So
Oh wow!
It's pretty fun. It's pretty cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So does that make you famous or infamous?
Infamous. Infamous mainly.
You know, a lot of movies I watch that have old cars in it, and the actor gets out and they slam the door or they jump on the hood. I'm thinking, wow, that's going to cost extra. That's usually somebody's car they rent into the studio, possibly.
Yeah.
Well, the writer was at the movie, and when they were filming the movie, and I've got a ton of clips of all the digital stuff that they had at the movie. But when they were filming the movie, the temperature all of a sudden dropped from about 40 degrees. It was about 60 degrees, and I'm in a convertible Corvette, a 1969, and so I'm in this convertible Corvette, and we're doing the scene several times, and then they stop and they want to do the scene again later. Well, I don't have a coat, and the weather dropped down to about 38 degrees, and just because I was so amazed by all the production, I stayed there, and I just about caught the worst cold I've ever had in my life. But it was a blast. It was a friggin' blast.
The heaters in those vets are. My mom has a 65 Stingray convertible with the rally pack.
Wow.
And
this one behind me is a 66 convertible.
Nice.
Yeah, my brother had the Stingray T-top, metallic blue with the chrome headers and side pipes. His girlfriend burnt her leg on them side pipes. I don't know how many times.
The side pipes are part of the rally pack.
Okay.
And yeah, I remember being in that car, and it's like 38 degrees. The heater's on full blast, and you can barely feel it.
I've got to let my dog out real quick. I'll be right back.
All right.
Come on.
Yeah, we had just mentioned David, but like 2 or 3 streams ago, Jerry.
Yeah, well, I mention him all the time, and I send him links every week, but he's been busy.
Yeah, so do I.
I'm thinking, well, what did I do wrong?
Yeah, I've been inviting him to my streams as well. I'm sure the restaurants have been keeping him crazy.
I actually see all your posts. I just never have a chance to get on.
I'm sure. Yeah, we know. We know you're busy now.
As long as you're healthy and alive, it's all that matters. You know, as long as you're doing good.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's I'm glad to be healthy and alive. So
that's it. Every day above ground's a good day.
Your DR.DOOM diorama looks incredible on Etsy.
Thank you. Yeah, I've seen your comment. Thank you. I've sold 2 of those. I have a third one. I have up on Etsy. And I just put some American flags that I carved I made by hand, and I got those up on there also.
I saw those. Those are pretty popular.
I haven't sold any yet, but I really like the ones that I've made. One's going to be a Christmas present. I got one in my living room. And then when my brother-in-law was here for Thanksgiving yesterday, he was talking to his ex-wife on the phone. They get along real good, and she's seen it in the background, and she wants to order one from me. So,
nice.
Probably be shipping one in New York soon.
Keep you busy and out of trouble, Jerry.
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff I want to put on Etsy. I just have to get around to making it and doing it. So, and as far as for models and stuff, it's almost like a waste of time. I haven't put that much on there as far as for models, but I did see a post today where somebody was telling a designer, I wish more people would sell models versus him having to print them. So maybe I'll take a lot of my stuff that isn't finished and put it up on Etsy.
Yeah, it helps if you can do a lot of stuff local, because that Etsy and all that other stuff, it's hard to make it on there.
Well, not everywhere though. Local stuff, they don't always buy stuff, because like I put stuff up on local stuff and nobody's interested. Zero.
I put my brother's big chip on there.
I had a lot of good luck like that Louisiana hobby guy. like you said, I do locals and then put it on Facebook, you'd be amazed all
I've done
it.
it. No traction whatsoever.
I put my brother's ship on there, which is $600, and it's not perfect. It's handmade. I put it in miscellaneous.
Ship, right?
Huh? Ship. SHIP.
Okay.
And, it wasn't in a baggie.
He's not selling stool samples though.
Yeah.
And Zolan, did you not get the funnier side of it?
Yeah, I
You
dropped it
said
to 500,
right?
and I've had no bites on it, no texts or nothing on it.
You know what a shipwright is, right?
Liam, I was nice to ignore the fact that I wanted to say you just aren't selling on the right corner.
Yeah.
Well, you know the right corner, I bet.
Here's that ship of my brother's that I put on Etsy.
Wow.
You gotta have customers do custom jobs. That's how I come out ahead.
It's all handmade based off a couple black and white photos. My brother isn't any kind of modern technology. They're all made out of wood 100% and painted. They're not perfect, but they're good. It weighs about 38 pounds.
It's a little tougher to sell. It's a little tougher to sell during the holidays too. During Christmas and stuff.
Well, my filament cooling fan is not running. Oh, no, never mind. Now it's running.
Is Mylan talking to himself again?
Yep.
I was talking to you guys. No, it looked like my filament cooling fan went out. It wasn't running.
No,
I was looking at it for the last 10 minutes, and it wasn't running. Now it's running.
That's going to cause problems.
Yeah. So I just have to order another fan. I got a lot of shit in there. Excuse my language.
Is it dirty? Did you see if it's dirty on the
I
inside?
don't have any dang fans.
Did you see if there's dirt or strings of filament inside it binding it up?
Yeah, I'll take it off here once this portion of the print's done. If there's not, then I'll just go ahead and order. I need to order something I don't have any. I got spare parts of everything else in stock and everything else that I need. I don't have any dang fans, and I don't know why.
The only things I don't have spare for mine is a Z extruder. Sorry, extruder motor, not extruder motor.
Stepper?
I have other machines.
Stepper motor, that's the one. Stepper motor. That's the spare stepper
I
motor.
have,
That's the only thing I'm missing.
I have other
for mine.
machines I can cannibalize if I need spare parts.
That's the only thing I'm missing is stepper motors for the Z and the X-axis. Everything else I've got spares for. Which is maybe why it's behaving itself. Because those I'll hit it with a hammer.
Now, I have no problem cannibalizing something else if I need any spare parts.
No, I'm missing. I need to get a new, just standard, stock run-of-the-mill Rally hot end for each one of the machines, and get this fan. I don't have any extra hot ends. I don't have any extra fans.
What kind of machine is it?
This is I got 4 Ender 3s and an E3 Max.
Okay. I have 2 Ender 3 hot ends here that I'm not using. So if you want one of them, I'll gladly send it on to you.
You know, I've never had an Ender 3.
Okay. No.
All my Ender 3s are currently running Chimeras.
Nice.
I've never had a problem.
Yeah, that came out nice, Jerry.
Nice, Jerry. That came out real nice.
I get 2x4s and I rip them down. I rip 2x4s down, and then I burn the wood. Then I stain the wood, and then like this one, I burned it and stained it, and then I carved on my MPCNC the union, the stars in it, and then I glue everything together and clamp it. And I take a brad nail and put the braces on the back, and I got hangers on the back of all of them. And I've made 6 of these so far, 1 for me, 1 for a present, and 4 to sell. And then those signs that I carved, I put. Go ahead.
Oh, that looks good.
Came out good, yeah. Really the resin came out good.
Yeah, I put resin in it. It did. And I was doing another present for somebody. I'm not going to say what it was, where I resin filled it, but I put too much black ink in it, or I didn't get enough hardener. I was talking to Tom about it, and the resin didn't cure. After 2 days, I could touch it and it's still tacky, so I had to trash it and redo it. So next time I use the ink dye, I got to be very careful and use a couple drops. Just don't squeeze it and squirt it in. is I screwed up the resin. And then the one I did for me and Brandy, it's real small, but I poured this with resin too.
Oh, I like that's nice.
Yeah, that's real nice, Jerry.
It was carved out, and then I about a quarter of an inch deep, and then I filled it with resin. And I didn't want to sand it, so I didn't go too high. I just poured it in each one of them. So, pretty cool. I have a lot of fun with NPC&C. Like I say, I got it done over a year ago, and I waited a year before I ever got the electronics working on it, and I shouldn't have done that. I should have had it working a year ago. I could be a year ahead of the game. So,
oh, Jerry, remember that resin printer I unboxed a few weeks ago, the GK1?
I think so.
Yeah, the one with the flip-up lid.
Oh, yeah.
Nice printer, but I found a flaw. It has no resume on power failure.
Well, don't let the power fail.
That's a bit of an oversight, though.
I didn't know there were resin printers out there with that.
They do.
I don't trust it on any of my printers, even my resin printer.
Well, a resin printer is different, you see, because you must remember, a resin printer is only doing one axis Z, and that's it. Yeah. So all it needs to do is bring Z back down and expose it clear.
It works awesome on my FDM printers.
Yeah, I have it working
one out and forward.
Yeah, I've done it on FDM, no problem. But on that machine, you can't do resume and power fail.
I've got a power backup on mine now that I never used to use for a very long time. And like once a year, or once every couple of years, there'll be a windy day out and you'll get a glitch. You'll see the lights flicker, and I'm thinking, "Oh no!" Because I don't want to lose my print. So you know.
Yeah, it doesn't work if you use a Pi.
You can resume. Most printers you should be able to resume, and that should be a standard now.
Oh, you got it out?
I got one of them out.
I have all my printers on UPSs.
Yeah. But I had an issue with the brownout on my Pi, and it killed it because the Pi dropped the voltage. And if it's on a Pi, since the Pi's doing the print, not through your SD card,
Dave, I'm sure you know this. Be sure you wash your hands really good, so you don't want to touch your face and get any like
or other places. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't scratch yourself or anything. Wash your hands first.
Yeah, that's corrosive. That stuff is really bad for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks, Dads.
Yeah.
Nope.
This
isn't a dad's thing. If you've ever handled battery acid and then gone to grab your junk to go to the bathroom, you'll understand.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all speaking from experience, obviously.
Working on cars, doing all my restoration, I've had a battery in a Corvette. The battery is behind the seat, and I had a battery explode on me, and it was not fun. But I just washed it off. You just want to keep it away from your eyes.
I had one boil while it was in my lap.
Yeah, that's not
good. Nice.
Thankfully, I think that I had jeans on and a leather apron.
How fast did you get those jeans off, though? That's the question.
The leather apron, because it pooled on the apron.
Lucky.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have power backups for my PCs. Like I say, we never have power problems, but I do have them on I have one among 5 or 6 printers, but they're never all going at once. I used to have 2 on all my printers when I had up to 15, but there were only one time that I had most of them running. And right now I put one on the resin printers, but I usually don't need them. I don't live in a state or a city where we have constant weather issues. Nothing ever happens here. It's all dirt and desert and sunny, usually.
No, but I've got.
Not Michigan.
I have about 80 pounds worth of lipos now.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Thanks to all my quads and everything.
You know what, Jerry? I think I'm going to drop off.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for coming.
Okay, Liam, it's good to see you again.
His feet are hurting from standing up for 3 hours.
That too. Well, no, I want to take the dog out for a walk.
All right.
Yeah, it's almost 7 o'clock where you are, isn't it?
It's going. Yeah, it's 7:15 now. So it'll be dinner time soon here as well.
Well, thank you very much for dropping in.
Oh, it was a
Everybody,
pleasure,
please
man.
go check out Liam's channel, like, subscribe, and share. He needs to get over 1,000 sub hump, and eventually he'll be there. But everybody, please help him out, share his stuff. He does great work.
Hangout Wednesday night, guys. Don't forget, 7 p.m. Eastern.
All right, buddy. Have a good one, man.
See you, Liam.
Liam.
Take care, guys.
And then Tim's going to be live tomorrow night, right, Tim?
Yep, 6 o'clock Mountain Standard Time tomorrow night, live.
It didn't take Tim long to go from 500 to 1,000, really.
It went
Are
pretty
you
quick.
unboxing anything?
I'm surprised. Am I what? I'm not unboxing anything, no. I'm just finishing off, showing off this beast behind me.
Okay.
And
After the
next
last
thing I
last
unboxed-
stream, that got a little carried away.
Yeah, last week was kind of, and I'm going to explain exactly what happened because I figured out what happened. So yeah,
It just snowballed quite funnily.
yeah, did it ever? It went from bad to worse, you know. So, yeah.
For something small, you know, that's always the case, isn't it?
It usually is, yeah, exactly. And it's when two things happen, right? So you know, you think you got the one thing fixed, and you think, what's going on? And then it's like, oh, okay.
I hope you've Loctited it in your nuts now, though.
Yeah, exactly. I've Loctited it in my nuts. Yeah.
If you use red, you'll never, ever, ever get them apart. Use blue if you're going to use Loctite.
Yeah, no, I don't. And actually, this little piece I just made, I've got my nuts all settled in them, and they're all nice and tight in there. I didn't even have to glue them. So, yeah.
That was the funniest thing. With Jason saying, "Be careful, don't push the nuts out," and then you hear tinkle, tinkle, tinkle.
I know. Yeah.
It was just so funny.
And it was
the look on your face.
And it wasn't as a matter of just picking it up and putting it in. You have to actually disassemble to get at where they had to go. So. But it was like almost right after you said it. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that was
that's
funny.
The entertainment value of my channel.
Well, that's why we like your live streams, because they are reality. That's the thing.
That stuff really happens. Whereas the non-live streams, the videos, that all gets edited out. So
exactly.
Yeah.
And people think that's the real world. Well, no, that's not
I
the
would
real
leave
world,
it
so-
in.
Yeah.
I would either leave it in, or I'd put it as like a bloopers after the end of at the end of the video.
Yeah.
Just that way people understand that we're not perfect either.
Exactly. Yeah. Just because you know what you're doing, you don't necessarily know
I've
what you're
always
doing.
wondered about actors. How can they rehearse a script and have such a good memory to remember a ton of lines and then just go out and do it? I can't remember one. I have trouble with one sentence. How could I remember a page at a time or something?
So many piecemeal joins.
So many retakes, Jerry. They do so many retakes and retakes and retakes. That's why it takes years to make a movie. You know, they can't put together a movie in 6 months. It takes a couple of years to put together a good movie with a lot of
They
dialogue.
don't memorize the whole script. They memorize the scene.
Yeah. And then some of them even have cue cards right off where you can't see them read.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like you ever
Or somebody reading the lines to them.
Or if you guys ever watch American, what's that called? Where they race around the world.
Greatest Race.
Yeah, Greatest Race.
Yeah. No, but this one's the
Amazing Race.
Amazing Race. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, Amazing Race.
So when they go to a place and one of their challenges is reading a poem or a script or something.
Oh, God.
And it takes them 10, 12, 15, 18 times to get it right. That's the same as actors. If you ever watch blooper reels, my goodness, and
on Amazing Race, if you notice, eventually the person gets it. I think if they screw up bad enough, eventually after 5 or 6 hours, they just give it to them and they cut corners because they're taking too damn long.
Yeah, I would think so.
They're in dead last. Yeah. That's one show that I actually think isn't make-believe, because they're going from point A to point B and they're doing challenges. It's really hard to, like Survivor, put it that way, where a lot of it could be scripted. So I like Amazing Race. So.
You ever watch on YouTube where they ask these college kids questions? It's crazy. These kids are like third year of college, and they'll go up to them and they'll say,
"Who's the first president of the United States?"
Yeah, how old are you if you were born 10 years ago? And they can't tell you the answer.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Just about, yeah.
They'll subtract 10 years from this year, or they'll.
We could probably do that with the people just on this stream right now and have the same kind of responses.
Yeah,
What's your name again? That's the old farts channel. Yeah.
I have to actually think about how old I am when somebody asks me.
I forgot before. I'm 57, and I have actually wondered, am I 58? Am I 56? My son just turned 33, but I had to figure it up to make sure I was right.
I'm too close to the big one, so I can't forget it.
My only family member I can remember their birthday was my sister. It's a week after mine, June 19th. Mine's June 12th. I've always remembered it because it's 7 days. My brother, which is 63 or 64, 65, I've never remembered his birth date ever until a couple weeks ago, or a month or two ago. He said it's 4/5 of 56. 456. Now I will remember it. 456. I'll never forget it. But my whole life, I had no idea when his birthday was.
Gary, how I remember my wife's birthday and how old she is actually kind of humorous. First, hers is on the 15th of the month. Mine's on the 19th. The second part, my dad is 12 years older than her. She's 12 years older than me, and I'm 12 years older than her daughter.
Oh, wow.
I just wait until I get a notification that people are saying happy birthday to my wife, and then I remember.
The way I get around that is my wife's birthday, her wedding anniversary, and Christmas are 10 days between the whole lot of them. So she gets one present on Christmas, and that's it. Avoids any issues with forgetting the anniversary, forgetting the birthday. She just gets one present at Christmas. Job done.
We actually made an executive decision since we started talking on Halloween. We first met on a Halloween. She moved out to live with me on a Halloween. Even though we got married in December, we celebrate our marriage on Halloween.
Fair enough.
I have a twin brother a year older than me.
That and she is a scary bitch. Anyways.
A twin brother a year older.
He liked it so much he didn't want to come out.
This year,
or he kicked you out and enjoyed peace and quiet for another year.
I'm sitting here, I can't remember what I was doing, and my daytime agent was walking in, and she hands me a card. Like, what's this for? She goes, you don't know? I said, no. She goes, it's your birthday. I was like, oh, shit, it is. That's how much I pay attention to the day season. I remember my kid's birthday, my granddaughter's birthday. I don't remember my own, though.
Yep.
Hey, aren't you in Indianapolis still?
Yeah, I'm still in Indianapolis, Dave.
So I was actually in Indianapolis for my 46th high school graduation, and have you ever heard of Long's Bakery?
Yeah.
So my best friend in Indianapolis, his family owned Long's Bakery, and so it's been passed down, and he owns Long's Bakery now. So I stayed with him for the week I was in town, and then he took me through Long's the day that I left, and he gave me about 40 pounds of donuts and all the stuff but oh my God, I forgot how much fun Indianapolis was. Jesus. I had a blast.
You talk about the one down there on 16th Street?
Yeah, that's the original one.
Isn't it Detroit just called Motor City?
Yes.
No, that's Detroit.
Detroit.
Why is it called
Detroit?
Why is it called Motor City? Because I have something to say after you tell me.
Because all the plants, all the auto plants that were there.
GM, Ford, Chevy, they were all in there.
That made engines that ran on gas or fuel. A motor is electric, so that's my point.
Actually, a motor is just something that will propel under power.
Yep.
Not necessarily electric.
Okay, then I've been wrong.
A motor could be rubber band.
Also, by the way, you got to remember the first cars were electric.
They were electric. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they were built in Detroit.
And they were incredible.
Well, I just learned something new.
Yep, they were incredible vehicles. But once once oil started coming out of the ground, they figured that was the way to go.
Yep.
There were electric cars out before the Model T.
It's a nice part finish there, Tim. There's a nice finish on that.
Yeah, that's new to that big model of the building I got to print.
Yep,
I thought
yep.
I'd run one at 25% just for fun.
Even all the supports all came out nice for the
Some of
beams.
them did, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Come on, fucking dog.
It's not bad, Tim. I like that.
it's not bad, considering
For a test print, no.
Yeah. Oh,
Now,
the lighting
maybe you won't have
on
to.
this thing.
Maybe you won't have to slice it.
Well, when he gets a lot bigger, he'll have a lot bigger overhangs and gaps.
Oh yeah.
I still think you could print that with no supports other than those two corners. They shoot straight
Yeah.
out from each end.
That's what I'm thinking too.
All them little openings and everything down there. When I done my castle the second time bigger, I didn't need any supports.
Yeah, because you can see right under this portion right here where it needs supports.
Yep.
And then same
The
on
same
the
for the
other
other wing
end
as
of
well.
this.
The
It'll
other
need
wing, yep.
supports right underneath this part.
I printed
You can see
something
where it's drooping.
a
So
while back, and my nozzle had to go like 12 inches across the bed, and it did it, and it didn't sag. I couldn't believe it. I forget what I was printing, but it was like 8 inches. It had to travel back and forth, and it done it, and it didn't.
Yeah.
The mini droids doing across the main body, the mini droids,
Okay, that's
that
what it
was the
was.
same thing.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bridging the base of those.
Yeah.
Could not believe it.
So yeah. Hi.
Hey,
Hello. Hello, Mini Tim.
Hey, little
Do you want to
dude.
say you got like
Hello.
Okay.
Hi.
Okay, you want me to say something?
Are you supposed to say something?
He did, and he ran away.
Please
He
like
said it and he ran away.
He
Okay.
did. He did.
All right.
Tim's
He's
got
got
a
to
melt
fix his
train.
camera. He's got to fix
He
his camera.
just ran upstairs and said, "I got to say hit that like button and subscribe."
Dog feeding time.
Oh, I'm
So you've
hungry.
done the chickens, now it's the dogs.
Yep. Dogs get fed at 6 p.m.
Okay, how can I charge this camera?
Well, I've been
So-
training for
Nolan.
3 hours.
I had to take my dog in because I thought she was deathly ill. And it turns out that she had allergies to pollen and she just wouldn't eat. Eyes were
What breed?
Mine were, it's the English cream gold retriever.
Okay. So English
Lamb-
cream, meaning might be either it's a mutt or it's got some diluted genes in it, which is not a good thing. That explains the allergies. Dilutes commonly have allergies. ZYLTECH. It's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, I
Llama's
didn't
just
even
noticed
realize
you joined-
dogs could have allergies.
Yeah,
Llama's
that's-
just noticed you joined the stream there, Dave. Llama's just noticed.
Yeah, well, I met him. He's not dead.
Here, Tom, come on and say hi to Petzl.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Anyways,
Llama?
I got
Jerry
one
was
guy.
just doing the
Llama,
wind
Llama's
down
just
thing.
noticed you joined the stream there,
Llama's
Dave.
been making some really cool clocks on a CNC lately.
I got
Yes,
to
he
run.
has.
I've seen some of his stuff. Yeah, I've been lurking. I just, I've just been lurking around.
How was your Thanksgiving crowd there, Dave?
good
Must have been a big.
We cooked up 1,400 pounds of turkey.
1,400 pounds. Jan,
1,400
that's a.
pounds, and we had a little over 1,300 reservations.
Was it buffet style, or you just fixing everything up on a plate and bringing it out to them?
It's buffet style. So
cool.
Yeah.
we had smoked salmon, ham, and turkey. And we smoked the salmon ourselves. And I think our chefs smoked. We've got these huge smokers, and he can do 2 planks, and I think he had 40 planks to do. But oh my God, it was a lot of work, man. It was a lot of work. Yeah, 10 o'clock to 6 o'clock.
I haven't done a smoked salmon in probably 20 years.
Oh, that's good stuff, man. I love it.
I know. I grew up doing cold smoking up in Alaska.
That's yeah.
Okay, with that, I'm going to go, guys. I'm hungry. I got to go get some supper.
Take care, Tim. Have a
Good
good
night,
day.
Tim.
We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Okay. Night, guys.
And I think Jerry was starting his "It's been 3 hours" speech.
Yeah, it's been 3 hours. We're going to probably wrap it up. Not go 4 hours. Not really a reason to. I got a lot to get done. But I want to thank all you guys for coming on. It was great seeing you. Nice seeing you all out of costume. And everybody watching from around the world, thank you very much. Check out Tim tomorrow night. Zolan was streaming. If you go to Zolan's channel, if you want, post the link, Zolan.
I'm not at my computer at the moment, but it is. If you do a search for Zolan's Shop of Wonders, you'll find it.
So I missed it the other day. It was like 2 hours later. I haven't went back and watched it yet, but I'll check it out. Or I'll skip through it.
I did 2 streams yesterday. I did one inside the chicken coop, and I did one. Actually, I did 2 outside the chicken coop because I accidentally hit the wrong button.
And Dave Petzl, which is Hawkeye, I was wondering who that was in chat. Everybody's saying hi to Hawkeye. I was getting ready to ask who's Hawkeye, but he popped in, and then I seen his face, like, hey, I know him.
Quick ban him, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe on the way through.
That's my undercover.
Yeah, Dixon, Kieran, Milan. Anyway.
Any way you want to see it, Jerry.
All right. Well, thank you guys very much, as Zolan, everybody being here. And I'll be back again next week doing the same thing again, and hope I'll get some more videos out soon. So,
okay, guys, stay safe, everybody.
Take care. Bye. Bye, everybody.
Have a good night.